scrub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the crop, gotta love it or not. I'm hot from the hop to the scrub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the scrub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the scrub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the scrub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with everybody, we do it. Everybody, we do it.
Trap Talk with MJ podcast, coolest reptile podcast in the world. I'm your boy MJ. What is good, everybody? If this is your first time tapping in, please do your boy a favor. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, dislike, leave me a comment. I want the feedback on how you're feeling the guest, how you're liking the show. It means a lot to me. It really does. Oh, wow. But yeah, man, it's another Thursday night. I am so excited for tonight. Not your typical podcast, because yes, I've had these two on before, not together. I have not had the Heart Foundation together, but now, wait. Oh, shoot, dude, I am tripping. Hold on. I am tripping. Hi, guys. I'm glad you guys are all here. Now I can hear myself. What is good? Early birds, what's cracking? You guys are jumping off right now. I was just talking to my boys. I'm like, dude, it's like 150 plus comments in the early birds, and now it's even doubled, man. So I'm gonna say what's up to you guys in a minute. But I need to let you guys know what's up, even though I do every single time. And that's the freshest and bestest. You want to know what that is? That's coldbloodedcafe.com. www.coldbloodedcafe.com, delivered to your front doorstep anywhere in the United States. $30 flat rate shipping. Shout out to Desiree and Steven, Fammy. They're doing big things over there. Cold Blooded Cafe, the best. You got yourself some eggs, put them inside of a sim box. Sim Containers where it's at. Shout out to John over at Sim Containers. These are proven facts that the eggs that go inside of a sim box will hatch as long as you put them in an incubator. That works. Just saying. Future of habitats, that's going to be Focus Cube Habitats. I got my freaking habitat in, man. I'm doing something in the works where I could possibly, I want to try to get this enclosure behind me somehow. I got to put my mind to work on that. But shout out to Ashley and Steven, man. I got my Focus Cube Habitat, Bianca, the Emerald Tree Boa, who's looking beautiful in there. I'm seeing her right now. She looks fucking amazing. I'm so used to having her in a tub style enclosure here on the rack system that I have. And she's too beautiful to be in that, man. So I got her in the PVC made fucking Focus Cube Habitat that I just love. You guys need to go fuck with them. Go see what they're all about. Follow on Instagram, Focus Cube Habitats. Shout out to the Texans. They're not messing around, man. Shout out to Jesse and the Freedom Breeder crew. If you guys got Freedom Breeder racks, tap yourself on the shoulder. You have a reason to be a boss, because Freedom Breeder is that step to the professional style of reptile keeping. I'm telling you right now, not capping. I'm saying right now, Freedom Breeder racks don't lose value. They always stay valuable, okay? And they're made out of stainless steel. They ain't going to be wobbly. They're not going to, get corroded, I'm high. Anyways, Freedom Breeder's where it's at. You guys got to check it out. All right, shout out to Jesse. Thanks for sponsoring the channel. And then, of course, we got the big dogs, man. I can't even get over that I'm sponsored by Miguel Garcia, Always Evolving Pythons, and Aussie Boys LLC. Two guys that are just smashing the industry right now, that always been smashing the industry. I mean, obviously people know Aussies made that fucking damn name for himself from the beginning. And then we have Miguel, who's just coming in and just fucking just inspiring all the new people, who's always been inspiring and whatnot, but they're here supporting the channel. Make sure you guys go fuck with them, go follow them on Instagram, check out their YouTube channel, and make sure you go see what snakes they have for sale, because it's Aussie boys and always evolving pythons. What more can you want, man? And yeah, I think that's it, right? Is that all the nope, looks like that's all it. All right, man. So get ready, man. Tonight, okay, obviously, real quick, Freedom Breeder, or not Freedom Breeder, really high. Early birds in the building, man. I gotta say what up some of the early birds, because there's so many of you that are just cracking off right now. So what is good? Let's see. It only gets over to the homie Antoine. High Desert Pythons. What's up, player? You ready for tonight? Shit's gonna go cracking. What's up? 21st Century Reptiles. What's going on? Black Sun Reptiles. Damn, man, I haven't seen you in a hot minute. Hope you're good. D's Balls and Exotics, the homie Dylan. What's good? You ready for tonight, Dylan? Shit's going to be awesome. Bods Exotics. What's up, Bods Exotics up in the building? Black Smoke Reptiles. I fucks with that name, man. What's good? Black Smoke Reptiles. What's up, Oliver? Got the homie Oliver up in the building. He produced a sick-ass sunset last year. I'm excited to see what he does this year, so shout out to the homie Oliver. The homie Foster, one of my fucking other good Canadian homies that I'm glad here. I'm glad you're here, because I just want as many as my favorite Canadians in the house tonight. I'd appreciate it. It'd get me more excited, because I'm going to give you a good show. Trust me. Snow Pythons, what's good? I hope your pythons aren't in snow. Lily, hi, Lily. How are you? Lily, what's going on? Not my wife. This is actually NorCal Lily, who actually cooks some bomb-ass food. And yeah, Lily, what's good? I'm glad you're here. The homie Mike, 1776 Exotics, man. All right, you guys are all here in the building. I'm glad you guys are here tonight. Now, I have the Hart brothers, right? The reason why I call them the Hart Foundation, right? Just to give you guys a little background information. Yes, I'm a WWF fucking fanatic. I grew up watching WWF, so I have a lot of things in life that I put reference with wrestling. Okay, so Khalil and Will. Dead ass serious. I've respected these guys. This is before I knew they were homies. Okay. So I've always respected these guys coming into the hobby. I looked at the way Khalil had done his platform and his work. Same with Will. And I've followed it. I'm like, yes, this is motivating to me. Okay. And then I started connecting the dots that they were actually really good homies. And then I actually met them together at the Reptarium in Detroit. And I was like, bro, these guys are the fucking Hart brothers. They're fucking Owen Hart and Bret Hart, because they're from Canada. And these guys, and if you think about it, hardest wrestlers out of fucking Canada in WWF, well, I mean, to me, was the Hart Foundations, you know? So now we have fucking Bret the Hitman Hart, and we have Owen Hart, which is fucking RCR and 514, my boys from Canada in the building.
What's up?
What's going on?
I was gonna give you guys that wrestling intro, but I didn't want to get monetized again. So I mean, I'm sorry. I need the views. I need the views, man. But what's good, guys? What's going on?
Not much, man.
Yeah,
I'm good. I'm very happy you guys are here right now. Super happy.
I didn't even know about your. That's why you call us that. I just found out.
Wait, Will did. Will, you knew why I called you that. Will.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Tell you.
I was like, oh, okay. Now I get it.
I'm gonna go deeper into why I really fuck with you guys so hard. You know, other than like, okay, yeah, they're really two tough Canadian breeders. You know, and that happen to be good homies, which we'll get more into in a bit. But yeah, man, this is awesome because, you know, not only was it exciting to have both you guys on earlier in my podcast career last year as guests, but as soon as I had you guys on, I already thought, I was like, I need Will and Khalil. Like they would definitely be around.
Yeah.
Too. And you know, working around before is like, this is the people you're always going to see on the podcast. Like this is, I mean, I don't want to say they're regulars every week because they have lives. You know what I mean? That can't fucking. I don't think I could get Will and Khalil on here every day, every week. But I mean, I love having you guys on, man. You guys are my boys. It's like talking to my friends, you know, and it's, you know, that's as real as it gets to me.
Yeah, same here. I love being on here. I was excited this whole time about this.
Yeah. All right. So fucking what? All right. So it's February. You know, breeding season's on its way. What's good? Let's talk about some updates real quick. Go ahead, Khalil. What's going on right now with your pairings and, you know, and just personal stuff. How's everything right now?
Everything's good. I mean, keeping busy. I'm still working on closing my restaurants that I had.
Okay.
And I'm still trying to catch up on my 2020 season with eggs. I still got stuff hatching and stuff that like still feeding, you know, so I have a bunch of babies here. Okay. I haven't really paired that much for next year, for like this season. I haven't really, yeah. I mean, I have like probably maybe 15, 20 locks, but that's about it.
Now, is it because like things just move later on in the year for you? Is that just because like, because I'm starting to learn that too. In the beginning, I paired November, December, but now I'm like, well, shit, they laid in October, they laid in July now. So it's like, I don't, I'm not there right now yet. So I kind of, is that what it is for you in a way too? Or
Yeah, I think what happened last year is I still have my restaurants up until March. And when COVID hit, I had to close them. I spent more time in my snake room. So I started pairing more compared to like January, February. And I think that's what happened. I just started stimulating the females as of March, and then they ended up breeding, building follicles later on, and then laying way later on in the year, Right. But I still had some from June all the way till I had some like last week, hasn't stopped. I mean, Will has way more, I guess, time because your collection at one point is going to make babies all year round, but Will probably has more like season over season experience to see what fluctuations he had and like timing,
Yeah, because Will, I mean, you're year round, you're all year coming out with clutches, right, Will?
Pretty much. We're in a bit of a lull right now, so we just hatched out the, I guess, the last of 2020 or the first of 21. I consider anything that hatches in 2021 a 2021 clutch. I label it as 2101, whatever.
Right.
But now that that's hatched, I don't have any ovulations yet. So we're going to be probably another month till we start to see those. And then 4 months from there till babies are hatching pretty much. So we're 4 to 5 months away.
What's good with you, Will? How you doing, bro?
Good. I can't complain at all. It's life's good.
Yeah,
life's good. It's cold. It's really cold.
I see you got your lumberjack hoodie on.
Yeah, man, it's cold, but it's good. No, things are good. I'm really excited about this season. It's I mean, everyone says it's going to be the best one yet, but like legit though,
Well, if they're not saying that, then they're doing something wrong, right? Like you should be saying that every year to where like, I don't know. Like, I feel like this is the one hobby where you can't get sick of somebody saying that because that's the goal. You know what I mean? This is gonna be the best year yet. You know what I mean? I mean,
dude, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's insane. It's I can't think of another job, like if you call it a job, right? I worked the desk job for a long time, and I can't think of another job where when you start at like a desk job position or whatever you're doing, you're excited the first year, right? You're like, oh, I did really well at my job, blah, blah. By year 3, year 4, year 5, you're just coming to work. You're like, yeah, whatever. Like it's you lose that excitement. But like with this, like it just gets more and more and more exciting the further and further you get into it, which is like unheard of.
I mean, it's crazy because, what's crazy for me, and it sucks because like work ethic is like, I give people like, they give Mexicans like the rap or like they're the hardest workers, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm half Mexican, you know what I mean? And I just never busted my fucking back like that. Like it had to be something I truly loved. Like I played a sport. I would run until my ass was crying because I wanted to play so bad. Like I would just do what I had to do. You know what I mean? Like, but other kind of hard work, I just avoided. I hated, you know what I mean? And that was my enemy a lot. There was a lot of shortcuts I took in the music industry that if I didn't go down that route or take the, always take the grass is greener on the other side route, probably would have went further. Right. But I never had that vision until I got into this fucking program, until this lifestyle came in, because I mean, are you really going to work for something that's going to fail by taking shortcuts in this industry? What's the point of that? You know what I mean? Because everything you do represents your name. It's your brand, and people don't forget things. You know what I mean? Like it's about everything you build.
You can't. Yeah. How do you? I've looked for I'm the same way, man. I've looked for every shortcut there is.
Yeah.
And I can't find them. You just got to do it yourself a lot of the times. I mean, you can buy them. Sometimes you can just buy the shortcut. And
okay,
there's nothing wrong with doing that, but
no, not at all.
But all you've done is advance to this stage of your collection, and now you can't buy the next step. You have to make it. So,
do you want to know the biggest shortcut you can take in this industry? And it's not even it's up to you. Is building relationships with people who've been in this shit. Because that's going to speed you up to par. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I mean, guys, like you don't understand. I mean, every time I've talked to you, Will, I talk to you, Khalil, about something that's involving this game. I've taken so much back, you know, because you guys all speak from experience, and there's people who tend to think they could come into this and not have to build any of those kind of relationships and just do things, and they can do things on their own, but like, bro, this is such a crazy hill to climb. Like, this is a fucking like, and I don't care how much money you have. Like, you could come in with 200K, 300K. And what's even crazy is even that kind of money can't get you to the top right away. Like, that ain't shit, bro. Like, it's funny. It's like, it really is funny, you know, because you think about the years you've invested and the years you've invested, and that blows 200K out of the water. Like, that shit, that just, you know, if you think about all the years and you add it up and the ongoing years that are about to come, you know, like, six figures ain't shit. We're talking millions. You know what I mean? Like, and it's crazy because that's what it's going to get into. That's why I respect the fact I had Cody Bartolini on here. And before I got him on the show, you know, because I always ask the guests, except for I didn't ask you guys this time, but I always ask the guests, hey, is there anything you don't want to talk about topic wise? Like anything you want to respect? And he's like, yeah, no, he's like, we're good. He's like, just don't call it a hobby. It's an industry. It's like, this is an industry because, you know, this is fucking, we're dealing with we're business, millions of dollars, if not billions, if we add all this all up, you know, everyone's right. It's crazy to think about, right? Like we're in a baller ass fucking game, like, and this is a real deal shit. But at the same time, we're having fun. You know what I mean? It's not that serious, but it is serious, right? Does that make sense?
Oh, very much. Yeah, I totally feel that.
So
it's fun.
That's why I respect how serious you take this fucking Will with your goddamn Patreon page, like what you've done for them, like what you're actually doing. Man, I would have never thought of that. When I saw what you did for that, it really threw me back. Like, and that took me back to when I saw you send a package with the actual like envelope and like your little presentation of, you know, of your thanks of you them being a customer. Like, that's the kind of shit, bro. Like, that's the kind of example and kind of stuff that prolongs this hobby or industry. My bad, Cody. Industry. You feel me? So.
Yeah.
How much thought went into that, or were you already thinking about doing that for a while before you dropped it, or how much thought process went into the whole Patreon page and starting it up?
I kind of thought about it for a little while. One of the reasons that I decided to do it was because I was getting asked the same question over and over, the same 10 questions over and over and over and over again, and I actually had a kind of like a response typed up in my phone that I could just sort of copy paste because it was so much of the same sort of thing. Hey, does this female look gravid? And I wanted it to be like I didn't really want to do tiers. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I just wanted it to be kind of like a one size fits all. That way nobody felt left out. Nobody felt, you know, that, oh, I'm not paying the super a lot of money, so I don't get access to this or that. I wanted everybody to have across the board even access. And we just go over topics. We do a live every week just for the Patreon guys. And I bring somebody in from Patreon on, and I just have a discussion with them. And we just sort of discuss issues that they had starting up, problems they're running into now. And I just try to offer as much advice as I can to just, you know, try and help this like small group of people get their collections off the ground. Yeah,
that's sick. Now, as far as like people who are interested in like stuff that you have to come out with, are you providing like a little like, hey, this is what's going to come out this year, or like people are hitting you up, like people are like,
I've given the Patreon guys a 2-week head start on everything.
That's tight. There you go.
They get across the board 2-week head start.
Wow.
And yeah, we just have to clutch a lace clowns. They're gone.
Lace clowns. What's up with the lace? I've heard, like, you know, obviously lace is something that's going to go off in my head now if I ever hear it. But what's up with the lace? You work with lace at all too, Khalil, or what's up with lace? What's going on? Talk to me about lace.
Yeah, I have a lace. Well, I think he's lace pastel. I brought him this year just to one girl. I made some pretty cool stuff with him. I posted a few up on Instagram. Super bright, super nice. I mean, it's like a Kodam DG almost, man. Crazy high contrast. And Will did he did the clowns and he did some cinnamon OD, I think. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, they look awesome. They're really good.
Yeah, it's super, super bright. I don't know if you want to bring a picture of one up. I posted it recently, but yeah.
I'm on it.
It's super nice.
It's amazing.
Are there super laces? Like, can you go lace to lace and create super?
It's insane.
Yeah.
It's insane.
There are not many genes that I sort of put on a pedestal. Like there's 2 genes that I'm okay with every animal in my collection, and that's Orange Dream and Desert Ghost. and lace is now in that category for me.
All right, let's see. Okay. Now, where did lace originate? Has lace been around for a while? Or is this something kind of new?
I think it has been around for quite a while. It just sort of, it's just caught fire recently, and people are starting to realize what the potential is with it, I think.
And then how long you've had lace in your collection, Will?
4 years now. 3 years.
What about you, Khalil?
2 years. I got the mail like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago.
Okay. What did you put? You said you posted a lace, right, Khalil?
Yeah.
What? How long ago? Because I'm looking at a lot of cool stuff but no lace. What snake is this?
Here, I'll send it to you in your DM.
They're so nice, man. And like, I look at the lace project and I'm just absolutely excited about what can be done with it.
Fire.
It's one of those projects where like every animal that it hatches out, you're like, holy smokes, this thing's nice. And it's like low key nice, if that makes sense. It's not like over the top or anything like that. It's just it just adds the combo really well. It's just, yeah.
Really. Anything with a super that's not all white or deadly, or it's, you want that. Like super OD, super Enchi, and now super lace. Like it's very legit. Super asphalt. Yeah.
Okay. So so this right here.
Yeah.
Right. This is one of them, right?
Yeah. So I think this is a pastel Enchi yellow belly lace, but I've kept back that whole clutch except for one because I want to see what they are. Like raise them and check out how they change in color and what they do.
Oh my god, that thing's fire, bro.
Dude, it looks like it's as clean as a desert ghost is.
It's really that clean. Like I didn't adjust this color. Like it's really that,
Yeah.
Oh my god. I'm just real curious of what gravel would do to this. You know what I mean? Like, has gravel been in this yet?
No.
Yellow belly has. So
Yeah.
you'd have a pretty good idea of what it would look like.
Yeah.
This isn't even tapped in yet. This is like literally an untapped potential. Like, it's tapped in, but not obviously not nearly to its full potential yet.
Yeah.
Not even close.
There's nothing has been, just clown has been made with it, and we're still gonna see DG puzzle, the yellow belly, super Enchis, everything.
So what you're telling me is there's no super G lace out there, or super GHI lace out there, or anything like that you.
I don't think it's even mixed in yet with GHI.
Oh my god! Sign me up, please. Let's talk about it later. Off this live, we'll talk about it. Damn, sick. What's your long-term goal with that you feel like, Khalil, with the lace? Like, what are you looking to do with it? I know you think like 10 years down the road. So what do you think you'd want to do with that?
I want to get it into Sentinel as soon as possible, especially with the yellow belly, especially what the Sentinel does. And I want to get it. What was the other thing I wanted to get into? I think it would look really nice with like Hypo Clown. Yeah, I think. But I'm so fresh into it that I got to start making the heads, and it's not gonna. That's another thing that you guys were saying earlier about buying yourself into the project. Is like, I want to do this. I can't find this anywhere, right? Like I can buy a visual clown or a head clown. But else than that, there isn't really much out there available to buy publicly, So that's another project that you just got to start, pick it away one little rock at a time and head this and try to make the paw sets and all that stuff.
Yeah. What's your biggest game plan with lace, you would say, Will?
I'm just throwing enough pairings together to see what'll sort of pop and what'll stick. I just wanted to see enough examples of it to make up my mind of which way to go with it. I know I made an Orange Dream cinnamon lace this year. It's Heck Clown, and it's phenomenal. Absolutely insane looking animal. And so I'll definitely pursue I'm trying to make a blackhead Mojave lace clown this year. I saw that Marshall made a blackhead phantom lace, and it was really nice. So I don't know what it'll do in clown. I got to get it into puzzle, obviously into Desert Ghost. I'm going to try and work it into Tri-Stripe. And honestly, I think you can look at lace like its own recessive gene. Like I don't think you have to necessarily say like, oh, I have to only do, everybody loves clown, but you don't have to just do lace clown. There's so many cool combos out there. Like we were talking like super black head, white lace, orange dream, yellow belly. Like what's like, that could be insane when you get the dark plus the bright and the white lace together.
Sam.
Yeah.
Tell Sam I said hi. I can't not say hi to Sam. Hi, Sam.
Sam, what's up, buddy?
What's going on, boys?
Sam and Tanner. The other half of 514. How are you, sir?
What's with the glare? He said, "How are you?" I don't know why the glare's there. He's saying, "How are you?" Good. How are you?
Good. Just chilling, right here, just chopping it up. Got the boys right here. I cannot say hi to you if you're walking in the background.
What's up, buddy?
How are you guys? Where you just bounced? No, give me a second.
How you living, Sammer?
I'm good, man. How are you guys living?
Just chilling, man. Just catching up on life, I had to talk to my Canadian boys and shit, and I've been wanting to sit down. I don't think I've ever had the chance to get you to sit down, so I'm glad you're here and kicking it, man. How you living? What's new with you?
Not much, man. Working every day, hanging out, cleaning snake shit.
Yeah, pretty much. Eh?
Yeah.
Now, real quick, Sam, since we have you on, you work pretty hard on the social media platforms of things, right? Like as a profession, right?
I try to, yeah.
Right. Okay. How's that going? Like, and is there any? Do you want to kind of tell anyone like what you do, like your services, real quick, like a little shameless plug, and let people know what you can offer them?
Yeah, of course. Well, what I do mainly is I do social media marketing. So I pretty much blow up your brand on any platform that is social media related. So YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. TikTok is super underrated right now. It's so easy to blow up. So you guys should take advantage of that if you guys have not. And I do Facebook ads. I do really, really, really well in Facebook ads. We've done some pretty crazy results for our clients. We've pretty much blown up almost every account we've ever worked with. So it's always good news.
That's sick, man. And then you also help. Do you ever do like the restaurant side of the business with your brother, or is that just mainly him?
No, we were 50-50 in that. So I was running a few restaurants and I was running the sushi side. So I did the sushi rolling for a few years, man. I rolled a lot of sushi.
Damn. And, I love sushi, bro.
Whenever I come by, I'll make you some sushi.
Well, listen, I just found out I could go into Canada, so I'll go visit you guys a lot sooner. And,
come on over, man.
You and
so it's open now? What?
I know. I'm talking about like
open.
Open. I had legal issues before that.
Okay. Okay, I get you.
Now I could get in, but once it's open,
So crazy, eh? How are you, Willis?
Good, bro. What's going on?
I miss you.
Yeah, I know, buddy.
How's life?
Soon. That's good, man. It's chill.
Yeah.
Just
hanging out.
Building
we should all make a trip down to Cali.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Yo, the second we can travel,
I'm in, like 100%, 110%.
No question.
Yeah.
I gotta get out of this cold, man. I haven't done anything.
I have these VIP MJ Taco Tour tickets. Okay, they're actually wristbands, and they clip onto your wrist, and it literally gives you access to everywhere that I eat, and like you're good. Actually, it's paid for too, so you're gonna come, and I'm gonna take care of all you guys.
Let's do it.
I'm 100% in.
Yeah, man.
100%. I say we just go now.
All right. Well, good talking to you.
Do the quarantine.
Say what?
Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quarantine. Yeah, guys. It was nice talking to you guys.
Yeah,
see you guys soon.
I'll talk to you later, man. Thank you for stopping by. Sammer, ladies and gentlemen.
Anytime. Take it easy, guys.
Okay.
Vitamin D. Yeah, we do need some vitamin D, Rodney.
Sunny D.
There's still no talk yet about Canada opening the borders yet, right? Or what's going on with that you've heard?
So, I heard they shut down. I mean, there's conflicting information out there, and nobody really knows what's going on. But flights south, I think, were shut. Like they shut the border until like April or something.
So you guys can't leave Canada for sure to at least April minimum, is what it sounds like.
No, we can leave.
It's just can't come back. That's the problem.
The issue, what was happening is if you came back, you had to quarantine for 14 days at home. And then they asked everybody now that you need to get a test done from where you are, a special test, a PCR one or something like that. In order to come into Canada, it has to be negative, and you have to have done it before you land in Canada. So that was like, okay, that's like the thing that you have to do. And everybody was cool with it. And all of a sudden, the prime minister was like, no, now if you take a test there, even if it's negative, you got to come here. You got to take another test. And even if it's negative, you got to go stay in this hotel that they don't tell you which one it is. And it's $2,000.
It costs you $2,000.
It cost you $2,000 to stay at this hotel?
Yeah, even if you tested negative there and here for like if anywhere between 4 to 14 days. But then there's a bunch of lawyers that got together and said that's unconstitutional. So they're like, we're delaying it, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. It's just so much red tape to jump through. Like I was going to do Arlington this year. I really wanted to go to Arlington, and there's just too much red tape to jump through to do it. So
you already got too much fucking
stressful.
Yeah,
it's fucking stressful.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Fucking coop up in a hotel? Like fuck that shit, bro. It's
no way.
Ain't gonna work with all the things that you have to take care of and shit. You'd go crazy.
Couldn't do it.
That's nuts. Well, hopefully things change. So, like, okay, so in April, hopefully those rules might change, or like.
I really hope so. I really hope so, man. I really want to travel. Like, it's, I miss shows, man. Like, I'm a people person. I need to see people.
Right.
Man.
I hear you. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, man, these shows are like. Shows did something for me before this damn COVID thing, and now COVID happens, and now there's no fucking show period. Like I can imagine once the fucking floodgates open and shows are cracking again. I mean, they had a Super Bowl, bro. Like things are going back to normal. I'm telling you, fucking things are going back that route. America's gonna fucking say, "Hey, other countries, got that asshole out of here. Let's how about we get things back to normal now, hey?" That's exactly what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
We're in fact check now.
Shout out Donald Trump. Anyway, so I'm gonna move forward. So okay, back to snakes, man. So let's see. I was talking to Khalil about like what's he said obviously you got to fit about 15 locks, but things are are starting with you right now. With you, Will, where are you at right now in your season or your pairings and everything? What's going on with that?
Pretty early on. Nothing crazy. It's it's early on. I don't really have much to report. I'm getting lots of locks. Lots of stuff locking. We did an ultrasound last week, and we got about 15 girls that are looking very promising. They're going to be that'll be the 15 early clutches, and then there should be another 80 to 90 after that.
Okay. Cool. And then as far as like when do you, I mean, obviously it's kind of when it happens, but like, do you have set out like, all right, these are the fucking clutches I really need to make sure it goes down this year or hope that goes down this year and whatnot? Right?
There's no way that you can guarantee it, but I think everybody has that, like, if I'm breeding 100 clutches, these 15 are like special, like these are the ones that you really want to go. And, yeah, those ones always get extra locks. Those ones always get the extra rat. Those ones always get the, it's just the way that it goes.
Extra care.
Yeah, it's not like you're caring for them any differently. It's just, if that female wants another rat, she gets another rat. If there's if I'm breeding a desert ghost clown to this crazy double het or to just an enchi, it's like, well, the crazy double het is a priority for me. So she gets the extra pairings just to ensure that she goes and
So I mean that's actually smart that you said that, you mentioned that, because like if somebody is spreading their male a little too thin or like trying to get them to like 6 fucking females, right? Like, but then you want this one female to be like, look, it's cool that he's doing all that, but this is the one that really matters. Then you suggest keeping that male more attention to that female versus fucking just always splitting them up. Or what do you think?
That female really only needs 2 locks to go. I don't generally lock a female more than 3 times over the season. And if you're ultrasounding, it doesn't, again, it totally depends on how you're breeding. If you're trying to breed one male to 20 females, there's no way you can do that without an ultrasound. You're just going to kill You're going to breed them way too thin. But basically, you just basically the way I look at it is, if I have those important females and they're showing like good sign, they're in that 23 to 28 millimeter range, they're like any snake that's in the 23 to 28 mil range is a high priority to get bred. That's
right.
Like I have it on my sheet. She gets highlighted. Like, make sure we get her bred this week. So
right.
if I have, I don't know, let's say it's just like an Enchi, and then I'm breeding a pastel and a yellow belly, but the pastel is at 18 millimeter, but the yellow belly is at 26 millimeter. I'm going to breed the yellow belly first, just to make sure that she gets a lock. And if they don't pair, they generally do at that follicle size. But if they don't pair, I'll follow it up again. I'll give him a couple of days off, and he'll go back into that bin just to try and make sure that girl gets paired, because I know I have a little bit more time with the pastel. You know?
Do you feel it's kind of like, I guess, I mean, what's the right word? I'm trying not to be offensive, but like retarded? No, it's offensive. My bad. But do you think it's kind of like not smart? Like really not, sorry. Do you think it's really not smart if you were to be like, fuck, man, like I need this clutch to go, but fuck an ultrasound. I don't need an ultrasound. Like, it's doable without an ultrasound. Do you suggest?
It's definitely doable. It's just how many everybody thinks that the ultrasound is for a female, but it's not. It's for your male.
Wow, tell me more. This is what I'm talking about. I want to know more. So elaborate on that real quick. I kind of know where you're going, but for the people in the back over here, let's talk a little bit more about why you say that.
So the ultrasound, all it's doing is telling me where the female is in follicle growth, and what I'm doing with that information is taking this amount of, okay, I have this 12 females bred to this male. Here's where their follicles are at. I'm able to take that male and prioritize his breedings to those girls. Whereas if you don't have an ultrasound and you just do the once a week cycle, you know, if you have 12 females, that's almost 3 months of a cycle before you get to number one again, which you could easily miss your window there. But if you ultrasounded, and I can go, most people go like, male goes into female 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a 6-week cycle. But I'm able to ultrasound those females and go, nope, male 1 is going to go into female 4, and then he's going to go to female 2, and then he's going to go to female 6, just so that I know, you know, the ultrasound is really to maximize your male's potential, or to not overuse your male, because all it's doing is telling you where the female is. It's not helping you. It's not helping you get follicles. It's helping you get follicles bred at the right time. And
it's showing you where that female's out, where that female's at, to determine where that male's going to go next. Or
right.
It just helps you play out the male, basically, right? So if that's being said, if I have a chondro pair, just one pair, like one male going to one chondro, I don't need an ultrasound, is what you're saying? Like, I mean,
no, and chondros are easy to breed, so it's you know.
You don't say.
No, I'm just kidding. No, realistically, if you have one male going to 5 females, you don't even need an ultrasound. Just like, as long as you're getting a lock on them once a month, you're good.
And then for the most part too, like even with one male, like, you know, because I mean, if you think about it, like me, my male will go up to no more than 3 females right now. I don't have that many females. Like I mean, I have, you know, I mean, my females only go to 1 or 2 males. They don't. I mean, I don't have males going to like 4 to 5 different females. So, for instance, if I just have one male going to 2, 3 females, ultrasound still needed, you think, or you think that's something you could work out with 3 females?
Easy. No, don't need it.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm saying. Okay, because here's the thing, guys. Like, I feel like one thing that I would do differently if I started in this game, and I've said this before, is instead of dropping so much money on the snakes, I would probably get something other than Home Depot racks that I built. No regrets. I still love my Home Depot racks. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, I probably would have went that professional route. What I'm saying is there's people who just go freedom breeder. I'm talking about before anything else, freedom breeder cages, you know, high-end snakes, couple there. And then they get an ultrasound. And they're looking to have maybe 2 clutches the first year, 4 clutches, but nothing crazy. But like, I guess it's up to you what you want to spend your money on. But I always think, like, what the fuck you need an ultrasound for? Like,
I've I'm even in this boat where what do you need those racks for? When we started, realistically, the racks is just, don't get me wrong, I love the Freedom Breeder racks. So you house everything in FB or ARS. But
True.
But if I'm building a collection, I'm not buying the Freedom Breeder racks. No offense, Jesse. I'm just building. I'm spending the money on my collection and the genetics in my collection because I can breed ball pythons in a melamine rack versus an ARS rack. I can still get production out of a melamine rack.
Respect.
So all you're doing is you're getting pretty cages. But yeah, Brodney just said it. Corey Woods, this is a great example. He still uses melamine racks and one of the most prominent breeders in the world.
Shout out to Corey Woods. Just had Corey Woods on here. Super sick, bro. Fuck.
Would you go ARS or Freedom Breeder before you build your collection, bro?
Khalil?
Leo.
Me?
Yeah.
He's so
No, not at all. But what do you mean? Would I go Freedom Breeder or
like when
ARS?
you were building your collection? Like, would you do you think buying a Freedom Breeder rack is like okay? You jump into ball pythons and you're like,
Yeah.
I have $20,000 and I'm going to start a collection. Is $5,000 in infrastructure and racks where you want to put your 5K? That's like 25% of your investment in just housing.
If your budget is limited, that's how I started, right? I built up the racks myself, and I had clear plastics, and then I upgraded to clear to ARS tubs, and then slowly, I got rid of those and I bought the ARS racks. But I think it's like, an industry where, like for example, you open up a mechanic shop, you can either rent a little spot with some old tools and then try to make a little bit of money, like changing oil and tires, whatever, until you can. Because I saw my cousins how they built their garage, but I saw other guys that had, like my uncle, he came in, he opened up a huge shop. I'm talking like it fits like 500 cars inside with 10 bays. Hired, got the best top of the line equipment. He hired the best mechanics, all wearing like white and like, perfect. It looks like a lab, it's a mechanic shop.
The only difference there is that I think your uncle opened that business with industry knowledge and experience.
Yes. Yeah. No, I get it. Yeah.
I compare that to like Justin building his new facility. It's like, okay, I'm ready to like take that big plunge.
Yeah.
But when you first get in, building a facility and buying Freedom Breeder racks and doing this, don't get me wrong, they're awesome racks. But
if the money's there, why not? If the money's there, why not? But if it's like putting yourself in debt for it, then maybe not a good idea. Especially if you don't know if you like it or not yet.
We let the snakes buy the racks.
Yeah. That's basically what's happened. So we agree.
I love that. We let the snakes buy the racks. That just fucking took something out of me right now. That was so sick because it makes sense. Why spread yourself thin when you're trying to build something huge?
Yeah. It's a constant hustle.
I'm gonna smoke to that.
And I'm not ripped. Not that ripped.
Hey, you're ripped. It would have been cool.
I'm high, but I had
He's ripped.
what's it called? I had an appointment, an osteopath appointment earlier. So I get out pretty relaxed. Maybe it was a bad idea to book it on the same day.
I'm just judging off the sodas and chips. I'm judging off the way you're eating your sodas and chips right now. I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure you looked ripped, but no worries. You feel good. That's what matters.
Yeah, I'm relaxed. I'm good.
All right. Well, listen, that's actually, I'm glad we brought that up because I was kind of beating myself up for a little bit, Will, because, I don't know. Nobody was really giving me shit about my Home Depot racks. People were just saying, hey, man, respect that you have that. And it just got me thinking, well, fuck, maybe I should have spent more money on my racks, even though what I have has been working, bro. Like, I don't have issues. That's why I haven't put money into it, because why should I? Like, nothing is broke. You know what I mean? It's just something I built, like, so it's crazy.
Don't know. Racks are more for you than the animals.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. What did you, let's talk about that, Will, because 2010 is when you started breeding.
Yeah.
As far as your collecting goes, when did that start? Can you remind me when you started?
08. 08, probably. Yeah.
08. And then do you remember what rack you had in 08 or where you bought your first rack?
Yeah, we built it. Melamine, Home Depot.
Oh, sweet.
Heat tape.
Who taught you, or where'd you go? Like, where'd you get the dimensions and stuff? Like, do you just YouTube, or what'd you do back then?
Mark Mandic showed us, gave us, we got rough dimensions off of him. He gave us he had melamine racks at the time as well. And yeah, he gave us like how to build them, and we went out and started building them. I bought a melamine rack off of Mark for the babies, and yeah, it was the those racks when you open the tub, they skip out. But, yeah, I feel like that's part of it, man. I feel like that's part of the journey.
It's funny you said that because it even makes it like a sound when you like drag. Oh,
the water is like splashing.
Oh man, and that's where I learned not to fill up the water so much because I'm like, what am I doing, bro? Like, nothing. And I like that OCD, like when the wet, like if I just change something in a tub and I close it and I know it gets wet, I freak out. Like I'm like, God, I have to take it out and start all over. You know what I mean?
If you go to any collection, any single collection that has melamine racks, and you go to open a bin, if you just go to someone's room and they have melamine and you reach to open a bin, I guarantee you're going to hear them say, "Oh, that bin sticks sometimes," because everybody has those bins where it's like you try to pull it out, you pull it, the water flies past you.
You know who actually had a good design on building their melamine rack system? It's crazy that I remember this, but Chris Cercery would build, like he would build with his dad, and I remember he used CDs, as like kind of like the spacer, and then like he actually like would do a video. Shout out to Chris, he's in the building, but he would actually pull it out and it had none of that noise. That's why I was like, damn, okay, then maybe there is a hack to it. But for the most part, people, I think they just use like another piece of flat plywood or something like that. But I don't know. It's melamine cages are so signature, like for what you say.
Great, but they work. I still like them, man. I still just something brings you back, kind of, like I would never go back to them because Freedom Breeder is where it's at. But I respect the melamine lifestyle. I like it.
Because I mean, let's be realistic, dude. The most amount of people who get into this industry don't have a shit ton of money. You know what I mean? They don't have, and they're doing this because it's an escape, and they're finding out that, wow, this could turn into something bigger than I thought. That's how it always is. That's what happened to me. I talked about like something hit me this morning when I was in the trap, and I was like, dude, before I even moved to this house, okay, so 4 years ago, I remember I was funny because I lived 2 houses down, and I remember I had like 3 snakes. I had just lost my job at the gym. I literally had negative $35 in my bank account. I had some cash because I was, doing bad things at that time. But anyways, I still had no money in my bank account. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? Lily was always asking me, how come you never use your debit card? And I'm just like, I don't know. You know what I mean? But, just my life wasn't where it's at. You know what I mean? And now I fucking see where it's at now. And it's all and it's from nothing I used to do before in my life. Everything that I got in my life now is when I started changing shit. And biggest thing I changed was what I was doing day to day. And this was the snakes. The snakes was my escape. Like it turned into something I never would have thought it was. And I'm not rich, not at all. I'm not rich. Lily was fucking a college student when we met. You know what I mean? So this wasn't brought from money at all. All I know is that shit just happens. Like when you do something you love. But what I'm saying is there's a lot of people who get into the industry like this. Like they don't have a shit ton of money. They don't but they love it and they want more. Like, and I see people's passion, like God bless them. And I see fucking how much people want and stuff like that. But, things just kind of come as they go. But I just want to make that clear. Like there's a lot of people in this industry who start off like that don't have a lot of money. You know what I mean? They're just doing what they can because it makes them happy. Like this is a good feeling fucking game. You know what I mean?
That's the one thing that I kind of give guys advice that come in that do spend a pile of money is be excited about what you've bought, but don't like try do your best to try not to like put other people down because they couldn't buy that. I hate seeing that. I hate that like cockiness where someone's like, oh, I have this because I was able to. It's like, dude, it's a fuck colored snake. Like doesn't make you any better or worse than anybody else. I just don't like that type of mentality. But when you come into the game, if you're going to spend that kind of money, that's awesome. And I encourage people to do it. I think there's a huge room for growth there, but just don't rub salt in the wound to people that can't do it. You know, I know a guy that told somebody to remortgage his house if he wanted to be taken seriously. I was like, that is the worst advice you could possibly give somebody. Do not do that.
I mean, not only that, the reason why you also don't want to do that to somebody, because you never know when you're going to be the fucking one who's going to need something from them. Like, you never know where this game's going to take you. Is all I'm saying. Is like, you got to always respect anybody, no matter what level they're at. And I mean, I don't know. I could tell you right now, I always felt for people. Like, I always fucked with people no matter where they're at in this industry, because I got fucking. I mean, it wasn't too many of them because they found out how fucking crazy I was. But like, I kind of got like the shine and disrespect from well fucking known or well, seasoned breeders in this game. But this is before the new wave took over. I'm telling you, like, I mean, we talk about this all the time. This industry is growing by the fucking month, by the day, by whatever. It's just growing a lot. So there's just more wave of new people. Like, the new people who were new last year aren't new this year. Does that make sense? Like, it's just evolving. So a lot of those bullies, a lot of those fucking breeders who I've been doing this from this year to that year, they're kind of gone. Like, they're just the ones who are still here are the people like Will, like Ozzy, like the real deals, like, not, people like Khalil, like the real deals, like the people are really about it. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, man, I mean, you do need to have some sort of social skills. You gotta be able to fuck with people, bro. Like, you got to, like, I feel like, I mean, it just helps the industry for one thing. And I don't know. I mean, teach their own. You could just be that sick breeder who just fucking no fucks with nobody, but you got to pass it down to somebody at some point,
Yeah, I think a lot of some of these older guys think that like they meet, like when they're trying to teach people, like, it's not that easy to get into this, you have to put in your work and all that kind of stuff. That's usually the message that they're trying to put across, but they just have a rough time doing it. So it comes off either like defensive about their hobby or their industry, and then defensive like you're not going to make it, you're going to come in here and it takes so much work, blah blah whatever. And I think there's just a different way to tell that to people. You know what I mean? You can show that to people, just like, well, Will has his Patreon, so he shows people that, hey, there's success in this, but this is all the work that I have to put into it day in, day out. Instead of telling you, you're not going to make it and, fuck off and this is not for you. He's like, this is the process. Can you handle it? I'll let you choose if you can handle this process or not, but I'm showing you what needs to be done for you to be successful.
Right.
There's different levels of success for everybody, what they consider successful. I think what really irks a seasoned breeder, someone who's been in this for a little while, is the new guys that think it's going to be overnight, and they refuse to accept advice. They refuse. You don't know what you're talking about. It's like, all right, bro, go figure it out on your own. But I wish that when I started, I had a guy being like, dude, I wouldn't do that. I wish Mark called me and was like, dude, don't do that. Don't do that. Do this. Trust me, it'll work much better for you. Because I would have listened. I just like, okay, you've been doing this a long time. What's your reasoning? I want to know why it works. What's the process that goes behind this? And Mark was great at explaining that stuff to me. And some of these new guys think it's, this guy has more followers. It's like, dude, this isn't a popularity contest for me. That's just not what this is. This is, I don't.
Yeah, because I mean, let's be honest. Like, who are you trying to get? Who are you really trying to get fucking popular for? People on from a other side of a phone, like somebody who's not even actually kicking it with you. Like, that's why I don't understand. Like, listen, I support. I love all my followers, but they're not my life. They're not my fucking life.
Yeah.
Life is the reptile, my wife, dog, and I have a handful of friends that I go eat dinner with, I kick it with, and then the only reason why social media is my life is because of the reptiles, and I have to put my shit out there, and I love doing that for people. I see their reaction, and I see people do that for me. Khalil, Will, they've been my inspiration since following reptile pages. So I want to do that too. I want to be that for somebody who happens to love my work. That's amazing. You know what I mean? But it's not my fucking life to get followers. It's not my life to get followers. Don't pay my bills. Subscribers don't pay my bills. Don't unsubscribe, please. I'm just saying, like I'm just being 100% real, bro. My life is the happiness that I create with the animals, my surroundings, my day to day, bro. Like, oh man. I mean, it's just I feel like people need to concentrate on their on their empire, what's around them first before, you know what I mean? And I don't know. Like I said, to each their own. Everyone has their own mission and why they're doing. Some people only want reptiles to gain friends, and that's cool. You could, I guess,
that's fine.
You do what you want, but the reptiles better come first. The reptiles are the stars. We're not the stars. The reptiles are the stars. Okay, we're the fucking directors. You ever see the directors in the movies? Sometimes you do, but I'm just saying, like, the snakes are the fucking movie stars. It's about them. Period. This right here, the reason why this fucking is the coolest reptile podcast in the world is because we're talking about the coolest reptiles in the world. Hello?
Oh, pythons.
Ball pythons.
Obviously.
Ball pythons. Yes. You know what? Yes. I love ball pythons. You know what? Ball pythons are they're the fucking foundation of everything. The biggest customer base, the biggest influence comes from ball python breeders. Fucking, you know what I mean? Like, look where the YouTube platform has gone because of ball python breeders.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't deny it. You can't fucking deny it, bro. And if ball pythons were so fucking easy to be successful at, how come not everyone's fucking being successful at it? These people who are doing other shit, other species, and they're asking me, hey man, what would you if you were to jump in this, what would you get? What, bro? Like, I'm all looking up to your chondro pairing and you're asking me about ball pythons now? Like,
Right? It's always that way.
Funny how that works, So all I gotta say is I thank God, the snake gods, that I started this with ball pythons, and I will always have ball pythons. Ball pythons will always keep this fun for me. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
I agree.
They're awesome, man. They're awesome. They're the fact that you can make some of the colors of what you're doing today is just blows my mind. Like,
right.
It's crazy.
It is. It's amazing.
Plus, when you're feeding, you don't have to stress the fuck out. Like, some of these other species, man, they're coming out at you and trying, like, with teeth, like retics, and like, fuck that, man. Plus, you can make cool shit.
So I didn't share pictures, man, because it was just too much. But I had an incident that happened with one of my retics, OJ. You guys know who OJ is? Like, my favorite fucking retic, orange male that I have, beautiful snake. Fucking the calmest puppy retic I've ever had up to breeding. Okay, ever since I started breeding him, acting weird. He's body checking, and I'm like, whoa, relax. Like, just acting weird, hissing a little bit, and I'm like, this ain't my OJ. But I've had mentors who are like, yo, bro, he's as long as he's not attacking the female, he's good. That's normal. I'm like, all right, that's normal. And dude, it's not this retic's breeding. The whole introduction is very not normal to me. It's scary. Bro. Okay, so that being said, I'm watching all this go down, and I'm just like, God damn it, and I'm just like, all right. So I separate them, I feed them. Okay, I feed them, and then I put him back into the enclosure. I come back and I see a fucking goddamn hole like on the side of his body, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? And I'm like, dude, did he and I'm looking on the enclosure. I was like, what did he do? Like, did he gash himself? But this shit was deep, bro. I'm talking about deep. So I told the homie, I was like, what do I do? Is it a vet? Like, what do I? He's like, no, that shit will heal. Make sure you keep it clean. Okay, boom, kept it clean. I got him in shed. Fucking healed like a tank. Okay, the day he shed, he had some stuck shed on him. I put him in a tub to soak. Okay, normally I put Dawn soap to kill any kind of smell, and I didn't do this time. Okay, so I'm just guessing. So I put him in this tub. I put him to soak. I see him just fucking rocking, like he's rocking the tub. I'm like, yo, what is he doing? And he's going ballistic. And I open the lid, and he fucking jumps out, and he turns and bites himself. Like, he turns and just bites himself. And I'm like, and I put another fucking gash in him, like the same gash I saw before. And then I'm like, what the fuck? And he's like, but like going nuts, but staying in the tub. And he's just like looking for something to bite. So I'm trying to guide him out the tub. And what does he do? He fucking bites himself again. Long story short, he bites himself 3 times, puts no fucking joke of a goddamn wound in each bite. He's fucked up again, pretty much. Okay, it's terrible. Okay, so here I am cleaning it after doing it for a month, just 3 times, the amount now, right? I'm over it, bro. Like, I'm done. I'm sorry, bro. I love that snake, but after seeing what he did to himself, that shit was fucking bizarre. out of control. And guess who it could have been? It could have been me. That could have been my fucking hands. That could have been like, bro, it just could have been me. And I would have been worthless for a long time because of a fucking retic who went from puppy to fucking pit bull with fucking rabies really quick. You know what I mean? And
yeah, man.
dude, and you know what's fucked up? At the end of the day, it's my fault because I was keeping chickens in that fucking tub, little tiny chickens in that tub, and I obviously didn't clean it out good enough. So when I had him in there, he was smelling fucking chickens. It was my fault. It's crazy. It was my fault.
Damn.
Too big,
Is that wild or what?
They just get too big to me.
Yeah, it's too much.
Yeah.
And people were telling me that, and you know, I was like, yeah, but you know, mine are puppies. Like I play with mine, blah blah blah. I know what I'm doing. No, bro. Nah, bro. No. So they're all, dude, all of them are going. They're all dipping, dude. And
when we were at the Reptarium, and Brian took out, well, he had the anaconda, and I was holding that anaconda. That snake. I was like, dude, this thing is strong.
Yeah,
you could just feel how strong it was. And then when he took Lucy out and put Lucy around my shoulders, I was scared. Like I was like, I'm the mouse. You know, like I feel like the mouse. Like I'm like in the tank with the ball python, but this is a retake. And she's huge. And I could feel like every time she moved, like I could just like, oh my God, I just felt so hopeless if anything happened. I just like, you know, that to me is like a no-go. It was like keeping a tiger.
Yeah.
Like, you know, eventually.
And you know, the Reptarium, right? It has fucking employees, like trained employees. Like there's never just one person handling Lucy. There's like 4 or 5 people around when that snake's out, right? So I don't have somebody like, you know, I use Lily as needed. She's not in there being my assistant every damn day. I'm really difficult to work with. So I'm by myself all the time. I'm always by myself. So I'm just like, bro, this is like not gonna, like, just how I got rid of the rattlesnake being smart. I had to do the smart move by getting rid of the fucking damn big retics because I can't afford. I'm already like fucking accident prone. I'm already, you know, I had fucking 3 surgeries last year. I'm done. I don't want to, like, you know, I don't want to be fucked up. And, you know, I just don't. Those retics fucking bites, bro. They are no joke. They just don't fuck around. So.
Yeah, especially if you're alone. If they're gonna get to those sizes and you're alone.
Yeah. Anyways, I mean, ball pythons, I love them. Fucking goddamn safe way to go, bro. You know what I mean? Hey, I will
anyone that's been hurt by a ball python.
Right. Hey, you know, respect to some ball pythons that are little savages, man. Because they're not all ball pythons are pussies. There's some there's some ball pythons that will light you up, and I like those ones. I'm like, you know what I mean? They're and they don't do any harm to you. Like no harm at all. They don't. Yeah.
I mean, you'll bleed a little bit, it'll hurt, it might get in shock, but it's not like a retic will fuck up your butt, you know?
Legit, yeah. The worst injury I've had from a ball python is it wasn't from the snake, it was from me jumping back. And you know those freedom breeder, you know the tables that you pull out on the freedom breeder table? Yeah. So I had the table halfway out because I had something on it. And I opened a bin and the snake came flying out. And I did this like, and jumped sideways and caught the table right in the side. And I like sat down on the floor like, the snake's like going out. I'm like, I don't even care. I'll find it later. They're so bad. They're bleeding on my side. It was like, it was awful. That's the worst injury that could actually happen, I think.
Damn you, Noodle. Always fucking up my shit.
I had, I don't have her anymore. I had a lesser a couple of years ago. Big girl, like 3,000 grams, and she was at my top of the rack. And I had fed everybody. Then I go in like 2 hours later and I check if everybody ate and who didn't eat. I took out the rats, and I still had rat syndrome, right? So it still smelled like food. And I don't know. I think maybe because I was high, I opened the tub, completely forgetting that she's one of my most aggressive girls. Comes out, so I have my hand on the tub. She comes out, she hits me right in the mouth, like a big hit. By the time I realize what's happening, she already grabs onto my thumb that's like holding the tub. So I'm like, what the fuck? I'm on the step ladder, right? I'm on a 3rd step of the step ladder looking into this girl's tub. I fly out, snake flies this way. I fall from the 3rd step straight down on my ass into the rat bin, rats everywhere. I can't feel my back. Now I asked Will for one of those bid openers. I open it with those.
So
those aggressive ones.
Okay, if it's if it's one thing that's really annoying to somebody who's just starting off in this, is getting a fucking rat loose in their room by mistake. That's fucking okay. So guess what kind of hack I found out that I had for that. You're gonna love it. So I got, because it was happening to me a lot, and I was frustrated. I was losing my mind because that, when you have 100+ snakes to feed, the last thing you want to do is be fucking trying to like move things around, searching for a goddamn rat that's just taking you on fucking a lap, like going back and forth. And then you have to yell for your wife, who's fucking, So anyway, I got so sick and tired of having it. One time I got so fucking fed up that it happened to be a rat, or excuse me, it happened to be the false water cobra I was trying to feed. Okay. And as I dropped the rat and the lid was open, I was like, fuck. And I dropped to get the rat. The fucking false water just jumped out, placed the rat underneath the rack and just ate it. Just fucking took it down. So, all I fucking do now, bro, if that ever happens, I corner the rat and I make sure he can't just, stays in the corner, and I just fucking let the false water go, bro. Gone. As soon as he wraps it, I just take the snake and I put him in the tub, and I'm like, dude, oh man. Anyways, you just gotta be fucking, you gotta think of shit like that, bro. We ain't got time forever for shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
we'll work with ball pythons though. Ball pythons just the rat's like right here. He's like, hey, eat me.
Yeah, like ball python, you can have. That's the thing about ball pythons. Like you could have a savage ass eater, but as soon as you take it out of the tub, it's not gonna go chase a rat. It's fucking gonna be like,
God, no.
It's gonna be confused. It's gonna be like, what's happening? You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Ball python, crazy. Can you guys say hi to each other while I take a piss? Because I gotta take a piss really bad. So just
man.
Hey, actually, the chats are popping off. You guys want to say what up? Thank you.
Yeah, bro. What do we got going on in the chat here?
A lot of people tonight.
Yeah, man. Holy, 118 people watching this. What?
Let's go.
Nuts.
These balls. What's up, Lily? Rodney.
How's everybody?
Yo, what time is it for everybody right now? Right now it's 10 o'clock over here. What about you guys? Well, I know so many Canadians what time it is there, but the rest of the world.
Probably just an hour as far as you go.
I know, but we're
10 o'clock or 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock.
No, I know that's how it works. I'm wondering where they're from. DG Lace. Oh shit, 3 a.m. for 21st Century. Where are you? UK? DG Lace. I think that's gonna be Will, man. I don't think I don't have anything planned for next season for that. Well, are you doing Lace Head DG?
Yeah.
Lace double head clown. You already have those, no?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So Will's gonna be going for the Lace clown DG. Not
for
me.
a while, though. Not this year though.
No, next year.
Yeah, maybe next year. Yeah, no, and then any DG puzzle pairings. Yeah, I got a bunch of DG puzzle pairings this year. Hopefully they go. I still got to hit the odds, but
boom.
Yeah, that thing's awesome.
That thing is so fire, bro.
Yeah,
what
dude.
The fuck, Will? What the fuck? I could just stare at this forever, man.
The thing is, it's like an awful picture.
What?
Yeah, man. The new iPhones really, like when you take a picture, they really like mute the colors. They like auto sharpen it or something.
Yeah.
And the video shows up so much better. I should have done a video of it. Mm-hmm.
So you're saying the video picks up the snake better than the actual picture does?
Yeah. The iPhone, my old iPhone took great pictures, and then I got the new one, and it's like the picture. I'm not happy with the way the pictures come out.
What iPhone did you have before the new one?
The XS, the 10.
Oh, okay.
10, the big one, the 10.
Okay.
And then I got the new the 12 or whatever it is, the newest one, and I'm not happy with the way the pictures are. They're like it's like you take. When I'm looking through the camera, it looks fine. I hit snap, and then the picture it shows me, I'm like, why does it like? It's like it's sharpening or focusing the picture weirdly or something. I don't know.
Wow.
So if anyone in the chat knows how to fix this on the iPhone, it's driving me nuts.
I think there's a setting. Somebody, who did I have on here? And he's like, he's like any natural fucking picture taken on an iPhone has its own filter, or it's like some sort of something already like customized or like already defaulted to where you could go in there and turn it off or something. I just never done it, to be honest, but there has to be something in there that you can fix. You know, one thing that pisses me off, I'm sorry, I know you have an Android here, Khalil, but you know what pisses me off about the iPhone is that stupid live shit, how it takes a live photo.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that is fucking ridiculous. Like that, I don't know. I just like less is more. I don't know why they're making shit difficult. You know what I mean?
Because they're communists.
Hey, no,
Apple wants to control everything on that damn phone.
Dude, you want to hear something about fucking Apple? So this has been crashing. This system's been crashing the last 2 shows. Like I've been jumped off. It'd say no internet connected. So I've been freaking out, running to the modem, thinking that it's the modem, but I have not updated this software from Mojave to Big Sur. So I skipped a software. So another one came out. So my app stopped working. They just started crashing my shit.
For real?
Yeah, I was like, well, are you fucking kidding me? So I all day I spent with Apple Care. Shout out to Apple Care, by the way. Tiffany was nice. But all I got to say is all it was I had to upgrade to fucking to the Big Sur, and basically it fixed everything. It fixed everything. So yeah, you're right. They make you do shit that they want. Otherwise, they'll shut your shit down from wherever they're at. That's wild, bro. Fucking Steve Jobs, bro.
Yeah, man.
It's nuts.
I don't know. Didn't they recently take somebody off of their app because people went to like Parlay or something to get off Facebook, and Apple just took it off their app. Like, that's, bro, what is this, man? I know they make them in China, but I know they're ruled by China. Well,
you have your own like your thoughts of like what life really is, huh, Khalil? Like you like kind of tell us a little bit of like your conspiracy thoughts and shit. I want to know something.
We're gonna get demonetized, man. I can't do that.
Just give me one. Just give me one. Like for instance,
they're just gonna shut this live stream down.
Yeah. YouTube.
Social media.
Social media. What I think about social media?
What's the true move behind social media, you think?
Well, you know, man, I'm gonna look like a crazy on this live stream.
Oh, you're good.
I mean, look, there's 2 ways to look at it. Social media, for one, is a place where everybody's gonna dump all their information without thinking how they're doing it and why they're doing it and who they're doing it in front. They think it's in front of their friends, right? And that's what gives them the trust. I trust Will and I trust you, so I'm gonna sit here and talk like this. But people don't realize how, like, these algorithms that are written, they can be continuously looking up keywords that we say or certain gestures or movements or whatever they want to look for. They look for it, and that's all sitting somewhere with a lot of data about everybody, you know. But when you know about people, you can control people, and that's that's one way of it. But the other thing is, if we're smarter, we join together and we're able to communicate information and knowledge on the same platform that, they have access to. And I mean, you can see it already just by the stuff that you talk about. You talk about something and it's going to be shown on your phone 5 minutes later that you want to, like an ad, you know what I mean? That's just proof how much the algorithms recognize. I'm not saying there's evil to try to, kill everybody and stuff, but by controlling people, you control minds and you control ideas and in your own way, right? That's why, like, in Canada, like 3 people own telecommunications and the media. And these 3 people are going to push what they show you to their political agenda. That's what I think about the internet and social media.
I feel like I've been hearing this for so long to where, like, well, I would only care if I'm living a fucked up life. If I'm not living a fucked up life, let them see whatever the fuck they want to see. If they want to see me fucking doing weird stuff to Lily, I don't give a fuck. That's your call. Like, this is how I live my life. I mean, for a while when I was doing selling drugs and shit and doing my thing, and I was all worried and paranoid, fucking, had prepaid phones and shit. But that's when I had that kind of life. Now, I mean, I guess the only thing I would be worried about is if our fucking animal laws were to get even more strict, and they're going to say, well, you can't keep this, you can't keep that, and then they're going to want to tap in on what I can, then I will fucking, everything gets deleted off social media because it's about the animals. You ain't taking my fucking animals away. I don't give a fuck. Or I'll just pack up and move to Texas. We'll all go to Texas. We'll all live on the same property.
Great. Yeah.
You love Texas, huh, Khalil?
Yeah, I love Texas, man. I love Texas and I love Miami. Those are my two favorite places in North America.
If you could live anywhere in America, it would be Texas or Miami.
Based on the heat and the weather and everything, Florida, Miami. But I have a lot of family in Texas, so it's really Texas has. I grew up there, so it means something to me, right?
What about you, Will? If someone said, "Look, I'll give you the property, the building, whatever the fuck you want, like whatever layout you want, just pick where you want to live in America," where would you live, Will?
Texas.
It's not Texas. I like Texas, but it's not Texas. It's
California.
No, probably honestly, you could give me. I could just get to choose the property and choose where I'm going. It's cottage country, man. It's like northern Michigan. It's
nice.
Yeah, it's like on a lake with a nice property and a facility and a rodent barn, and get up, sit on the dock, have a coffee. Yeah, man.
See the deer run in the yard and shit.
Yeah.
Alabama.
And be secluded from everybody. I want have to meet FedEx at the end of the road.
I would love that, but I'm too addicted to my taco shops. That's my problem. I have, and you guys will understand that once I put these wristbands on your fucking wrist and you understand, that's why MJ's fucking MJ, the burritos. Anyways. But yeah, I would, I don't know. I think this, I always preach that this is the best damn country on earth. And that's because, I'm prideful. I was raised in America. And
I'd say it's probably the second best. But
there's just so many people who hate America now. So and I've always loved America. So I love my country. If whatever the fuck, but Canada is gorgeous. I will tell you right now, when I first went to Canada, and I've only been to the west side. I went to Whistler, British Columbia and stuff. But yeah, I fuck with Canada, man. I love Canada. I feel like if shit were to hit the fan, any reason, if we had to get pushed out, I would go to Canada for sure.
Dude, I like it. It's good, man. It's cold, but it's good.
Is Red Robin originally from Canada? Am I tripping? It is, huh? Red Robin. Do you guys have a Red Robin? Am I tripping?
What's Red Robin?
We don't have a Robin. It's like a place where you go and they have every kind of food that you want.
Like a buffet?
No, but the menu is 79 pages.
Burger joint. No, Red Robin is burger.
Oh, okay, never mind. There's another place in Texas that has the menu is literally 50 pages, and I was
that's
everything.
Everywhere in Texas. If the menus are this big, oh my god, you just flip and they just keep going. And I'm like, fuck, didn't you see that fucking do we have something on a restaurant god, now I'm going fucking way too deep, but there was some sort of movie or not movie, a TV show where they help the restaurant get on their feet or something, and then this fool would talk shit because how big the menu is. Because that's true. You don't want to put a gigantic menu in front of your customer so they could just sit there and be like, "The fuck do I want?" And I hate that, by the way, because that drives my mind insane. I'll keep my mind on something that I want to eat, and then I'll find something on page 3 and be like, "Oh my god, really? They have this?" And I have to tell the waiter to come back. You want you owning a restaurant, Cleo, you want the people to come in, order their food, enjoy their meal, and leave, right?
Yeah, the less items that you have on the menu, that means that the less losses you're gonna have because there's less food in your kitchen, right? You gotta try to use as much as you can and not have any waste. So yeah, a big menu is gonna have a lot of issues, a lot of waste. But some places do it really well. Some places are, they'll have their top products, but some places it kills them, depending who you are.
What's going on with the restaurant biz right now? You said you're selling them, right? Or what's happening?
No, man. So I had 3 of them. 2 of them were at the airport, and obviously the airport's completely dead. It's running at 1%. My lease was done in December, and I negotiated. I was able to finish it in last September. I paid off everything, demolished the store, just got rid of it. And now I'm working on my second one. Today I actually got an email with the offer because I'm asking them to end my lease as well because it's done. I'm not going to reopen and do this shit again. It's not worth it. So today I actually got an offer of the agreement that we can maybe work on to close the third one, and that's it. Then I won't have any more restaurants at all.
And then what's the next? What's your game plan after the restaurant biz?
So I want to do many different things, man. So I have the ball pythons
Right.
that I'm gonna keep working on, and then I have the marketing company with Sam that I'm gonna keep working on that as well. I'm trying to learn the stock market trading. I've been trading off and on for 10 years, but I need to really know and understand graphs and start learning that even more. And then just a couple of ideas to do ideas that I have to do online, different channels, different sites, stuff like that. So just working on that.
OnlyFans.
Yeah. OnlyFans.
514 Reptiles OnlyFans.
Yeah. That's so funny. Hey, you know what's funny is imagine OnlyFans being a platform where you only show certain holdbacks you'll let go to the OnlyFans.
Patreon.
Yeah, it is like Patreon, right? It's not only
I guess the exact same thing, right? But you're also showing your body and stuff, you know what I mean?
Well, you don't have to.
Your hold back on your nipple, you're like, hey, for my only.
I know I asked this for $3K, but I will let that extra K, you know what I mean? I guarantee there's a weirdo out there for sure who'll give you that money.
Oh, bro, for sure. There's weirdos for everything, man.
Hey, by the way, don't tag me in anything, please. This is just for us. This is only for us. You can't put your phone down, put everything down. Okay, you ready? All right.
Oh my god.
All you want. I'll put whatever.
Screenshot.
Yeah, that's crazy. What about you, Will? So, I mean, I know we talked last year. Things were going really well with your actual job, right? The transport business is booming for you. And that's still going good, or what's going on now with it?
Yeah, it's going well. It's going very well. I just hope my boss isn't watching. I don't need it. Man. It's
So I mean, okay, that's a good point. So are you just? I mean, is it almost making your life harder that you do it and you're just doing it because it's giving you extra money and you're like, I mean, you're almost stupid not to just take this extra money type of thing?
Pretty much. It's yeah, man. I mean, RCR has just been it's been crazy the last couple of years, and I moved out of the city. I moved back to back into the country. So it no one's been to the office now since last March. So we're going on a year without being in the office, and being at home, I've just sort of been like, you know what? I get up in the morning, and do I want to go and sit and make those phone calls and do that, stay involved in that corporate world? And it's just been, the answer is no. That's the truth. The answer is no. I don't want to be involved in that. I enjoy getting up in the morning, having my coffee, taking the dog out, going to the snake room, checking for locks, firing up I do Patreon things every day. I get on the Discord. I just hop onto Instagram. It's given me so much more time to connect and talk to people. And I sort of made a promise to myself that 2021, I was going to go if I'm going to do this ball python thing, I'm going to do it. And it's, I'm going to go for it.
Whoa. Are you saying right now on the live that you're quitting your job and you're going to go 2021? Is this basically what's happening right now? He's quitting.
No, I haven't said that. I didn't say that, but
damn it.
Yeah,
got him.
I mean, it's the word. Obviously, it's right. I mean, you obviously you're going to do it more formally. You're not going to do this live. You're not hey, it's not like your boss is watching, but he is watching, so he could prepare what's about to happen. If I were to lose Will Moroz as a team player, I'd be shitting myself. I'd be like, God damn, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, if you think about all the hours you put in for that job into what you really love, come on, bro.
I've talked with Khalil about this a bunch of times. Just sort of
you are needed, bro. You are needed, Will. Sorry, I'm gonna cut you off, but you are needed. People will love. I'm saying, bro, you are literally that guy, that top reader. What's going on? There's an echo. Whose echo is that?
Is it
yours? No.
Is that mine?
Me?
I don't hear it anymore. Now it's awkward.
Okay.
Oh, it's you.
But yeah, man, I find that I'm just my quality of life is just so much more enjoyable. Being just immersed in the snake thing 24/7. It's just like, it's the best. I love it. I just, people ask, like, I had people say like, oh, why, you're starting that project? That's a long project. I'm like, man, I'm 31. I got lots of time. I hope.
Yeah, but you're 31 with like 6-year-old plans.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's where it's at.
Yeah. But I just kind of look at, like, quadruple recessives. I'm like, yeah, it's going to take a while, but we'll get there. Triple recessives.
How much
it doesn't intimidate me. Just go for it,
Well, because you probably could have done this a while ago and you just didn't. You know what I mean? You just wanted to be safe about it, which is good. That's probably the preferred thing to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I actually took a lot more. I took a lot more chances earlier on, where I didn't need I wasn't looking for an income out of this. It wasn't. It was just it was a hobby business. It wasn't that. I had a good income prior to the ball python, so it was this. We had the security to be like, you know what? If I don't sell a single snake all year, it doesn't matter. I'm still going to keep my collection. I'm still going to do everything I have. I breed my own rodents. I don't have like a crazy overhead. And I just so having that for the previous 10 years has allowed me to just crank out double heads and just keep making, like, trying to make the craziest like building blocks that I could, knowing that once I got to a specific point, those building blocks come in super handy.
Hell yeah. Do I still have an echo, by the way?
No.
Good.
Stupid internet. But yeah, man. Dude, so inspiring, bro. You're definitely inspiring people by doing that. So I think it's
inspiring them to stay in school, I hope.
Keep your full-time jobs.
Oh, quick, guys! Don't do it. No, it's I think everybody could do it. I think a lot of people think you have to be huge to do this, and you don't really.
Nope.
You could. I know lots of guys that are doing 50 clutches. It sounds like a lot, but it's not really that much. 2 racks you could easily do 50 clutches out of, and you could easily make a very comfortable full-time living on 50 clutches. Now, there's way more to it than just making 50 clutches. It's doing the day-to-day stuff, which is what I'm trying to show on whatever Patreon stuff. I just do the day-to-day stuff,
I mean, obviously you're not going the full ball python route because you're in dire need of money, Will. Like, I mean, you're doing it because you could sustain a living off of it, just by doing it, right? But at the end of the day, bro, when you go full time doing the snakes and you take away that other fucking stress that not really stress, but just the shit that you're over, bro, watch how much happier you're going to be with your life, bro. Like, I'm just saying, it's going to bring so much more energy because now all the shit that you were reserving for that fucking 9 to 5 is now all for the snakes. You're going to go wild, bro.
Yeah, man. And like I said earlier, like when I started, I've been doing transportation now for as long as I've been doing ball pythons, little less, but for about 8-9 years. And basically year 1, you come fresh out of school and you're like, let's get this, let's go for it. And then you work for a company for 3-4 years and you're like, I don't really like this place. And you switch another, and then you're excited again. And it just you get this blast of excitement. And then over 3-4 years, it fades. And the ball pythons, it doesn't fade. It's just, I'm more excited now than I was 10 years ago. I'm more excited for the clutches than what's going to happen over the next 2 years than I was when I was buying my first ones. And that's when you're in a business where there's that much excitement year after year, that's what's up, man. Chase the project, not the money. Chase your projects and work your projects well, and focus on developing your projects, and the money will follow.
Because I talked about this. Who did I talk to about? Maybe Corey, but like if you chase your own projects, what you like, that means no matter what's going on with it market wise, you're going to enjoy it because it's what you want to work with. But when you try to chase something for the money because what's hot, bro, that doesn't mean shit next year. It doesn't mean shit next month. It could go from fucking like, wow, Bracken to fucking not good. You know what I mean? To where here, 25 shipped. It could just happen like that sometimes. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, if you're working with what you truly like and you truly want to continue and you just have the longevity mindset, you're always going to be in a good place because at the end of the day, what sells? Quality sells. I don't give a fuck how many genes you have in your damn animal. I don't care. It doesn't matter. You could sell a fucking single gene, a double gene combo for a good, legit price if it looks fucking amazing. If it's a bomb quality, people pay for quality.
Dude, that's it. I've said it 100 times that you can chase all of these market trends and try and keep up with what's hot and all that stuff. And it's hot now, but it's not next year. And you can take elements of what's hot now and incorporate them next year. But the way I look at it, it's just like, if you just make crazy shit year after year, you're going to sell them. Like, you just keep making crazy shit and keep push yourself, push the envelope. Don't just be like, oh, I'm going to breed clown to clown because I can sell 6 clowns for $500 a piece. If that's what excites you, go for it. If you really like doing that, go for it. But that doesn't excite me. So I'm not going to do that.
Yeah. Miguel said this the best one time and fucking, oh, if he's out there, tell me I said hi. But breed cool shit, make cool shit, you sell cool shit. Yeah. Simple as that. It's as simple as that. You won't have a problem. You know what I mean? It's if you're doing what you love, what you think is cool. Because guess what? When you put your heart into something, it shows. It really shows.
And the other thing is that if you're actually excited about something, people feel that.
Yeah.
You know, if I tried to come to you saying, you know, I'm super excited about champagnes, no offense to anyone working champagnes, just doesn't excite me. You're gonna feel that it's not genuine. But when I tell you that I'm excited about something, it's because like I'm legitimately excited about something. So it's.
And like, I mean, honestly, it's kind of like it's frowned upon when you see a grown man gets excited about certain stuff. But like the stuff that we get excited about is so legit to be excited. Like, you know what I mean? Because we're creating Earth for a reptile. We're creating life. And it's more likely something that nobody's ever seen, especially you two. You guys are creating shit that nobody's actually ever seen before. And it's only getting to continue to get bigger and more. So like, how can you not get excited over that? Like you must just check your pulse if that's the case. Like, I mean, I don't know. This is such a rewarding game. It's ridiculous. Like it's just we're always going to forever be in debt to this game and what we do because it's forever giving. It's always, you know, we could have a shit day, a shit month, but there's going to be something that comes in good with this, what we're doing. Like, you know what I mean? That's why the waves, right? Waves fucking build, they crash, and then they build up again. You're gonna get what is that?
Full tilt called out Will of being a Canadian with a Timmy's cup.
Yeah, Timmy's he's a dart, and I look like a typical Canadian with the plaid hoodie, and then he said a Timmy's cup, but we call Tim Hortons as our coffee shop.
Oh, Tim Hortons.
We call it Timmy's, and then a dart is a cigarette, but I don't have a cigarette, but I have this USB stick that I addicted to.
Wait, is that nicotine or is that nicotine? Oh, it's nicotine. Okay. Yeah. I don't want to get in trouble with your boss. Nicotine. Khalil, what's your prefer of smoke? Do you like do you like the edibles? Do you like to smoke a bowl? Do you like to smoke a joint? Do you like to rip a bong?
I like to smoke joints.
Nice.
That's it. But bongs I can't do. Bongs kills my chest and then I pass out for like 9 hours. Edibles are fun sometimes, man. But like it's been a minute I haven't done edibles. Last time I did edibles, it was, edibles are not that crazy because it's just cannabis. But sometimes you feel like you're gonna fucking die when you're on edibles. like I don't know. You just feel like shit's gonna happen. You're like, oh fuck. Like,
yeah, I know. For this. I know what you mean.
So that's the thing. So me smoking, and usually it's indica because I like to just kind of like relax and, just I don't like to still work. When I smoke, I'm done for the day, right? I'm just like relaxing, eating, watching a movie, watching a show, or like, I can't, like my brother smokes and just does everything, works, goes to meetings and does all that shit. I can't fucking do that, man. Look at me. Well, I'm not bad. Actually, I'm just.
Look at Look at me.
I'm not high. I'm just super mooch because of my osteo. But yeah, I smoked a little bit before, and it really relaxes me.
Good. And then
Yeah.
as far, I mean,
That's
are
for smoking.
you don't. I mean, what's good with you, Will? I mean, you can't smoke because of your job, or do you not
No,
smoke at
I
all?
can. I can. I just don't.
Oh, so you don't smoke?
No, not really. I mean, occasionally, but not like you guys. Man, no. If I did that, you'd have to call an ambulance.
Hmm.
I'm trying to quit, by the way.
You're trying to quit smoking weed? It doesn't do it for you?
Yeah, it just changed. When I was younger, I was able to do it, and now it's less of a,
See, I never did it when I was younger. I mean, every time I did do it, it made me worthless. Like I would just sleep. I would have to hide from my dad. It just was not fun to do it young. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I just did it when I started getting responsibilities. And when I realized I was high strung is when I just started smoking.
Right.
And yeah, that's like my fucking goddamn. I love it. I mean, I wake up early as fuck, like clockwork. I smoke and I take care of my shit right off the bat. I'm like Sammer.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Celebrity Appearance Award. Jesus,
Justin. Celebrity Appearance Award.
What's up, Justin?
Holy cow! What up, JKR in the building? I'm very excited for this. As it's the first time Justin's popped up in the live chats. I know he watches the channel. Thank you so much, Justin. But this is the first time he's been in the live chat, and sure enough, it's for the Heart Foundation. This Valentine's Day special. But yeah, man, JKR, Justin. I mean, you want to talk about people who just continue to fucking show the best example of marketing, man. I think Justin's one of the best marketing fucking guys I've ever met in my entire fucking life. Like God damn it. Shout out to Justin. That's all I gotta say. Dude knows how to market his shit for sure.
Dude, the stuff he produces just
Yeah, it's I'm saying. It's amazing. It's unreal. It never stops.
bro, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah. It just never stops with him. And honestly, I mean, that's how many people he's inspiring? It's just nuts. Like, obviously, all of us, you know what I mean? But it's like, this game is nuts, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's just so many hitters that are just continuing to do things that just can make this hobby go to. I mean, you said it one time, Will. You said your projects are going to outlive you for sure. There's so many things that you're doing that you said that there's certain things you'll never be able to get to see hatch probably because how far down the road it would probably take to get it. You know what I mean? Or
sure. Yeah. I think there's lots of stuff where it would take just, there's a specific amount of time. There's only a finite amount of time that we have. And some of these projects, like now they're going to be extremely complicated, but I don't know, 50 years from now, what does the ball python market look like? I have no idea. I think we'll be talking quadruple recessives with 4, 5, 6 genes in there. I don't know where it goes from here, but it only keeps going up from my perspective. So,
well, Khalil, I have a question for you, longevity wise.
Yeah.
Do you ever see yourself? And this is a serious question because I have something I really want to send you when I'm at my level of this. But do you ever see yourself keeping anything other than ball pythons? I mean, I'm talking about like, you know what I mean? Something you don't have yet.
Yeah. I mean, actually, I was talking to Will about this, I think yesterday. We were talking about different species because he was getting some new stuff and he was asking me. Yeah, man, we have a place here called the Biodome, which is like you walk into this giant dome here in Montreal, and part of it's like the rainforest, part of it's like the Canadian environment, the Arctic, and then they have like tropical, whatever. And then they had a display of animals like dart frogs. And I grew up going there all the time. Like we had like season passes, and these have like big enclosures, all naturalistic with GTPs inside. And that's what always got me to like, I never liked snakes, but I used to love that GTP just sitting there, like, all rolled up, green, sitting there, like it was super, super beautiful. And when my brother, like 7 years ago, was like, hey, let's get some snakes, in my head was GTPs. Like, that's kind of like the only snake that popped up, And then he talked to me about ball pythons, and I had to realize that I had some sort of fear towards snakes, but it was just out of like misconception of what they are. That's how I got into ball pythons, because of what you can do with them, the artistic side of it. But GTPs are like, probably one of the most insane species out there, apart from like the king cobra. I mean, there's a lot of insane species, but those two to me are you know, the wood viper, the cobra, and the GTPs.
Oh my
And now
god!
with all the designer stuff, you know, it's nuts.
Now, you know, for instance, I mean, would you keep a cobra though? Would you ever keep a cobra?
No, no. I mean, look, someone like me is not gonna stay overnight. They're gonna keep cobras. I never even kept, you know, chondros or colubras or some of the rear fanged venomous type stuff that's more agile that would get you used to those. So maybe if I slowly work my way up, I would. But right now, no, that's not on my mind. I'm not the type of guy that's gonna want to, you know, wrestle with a cobra in the room trying to feed them. So,
Oh.
you know, I'm more like, okay, let's just feed these fuckers and get out of here for tonight.
So
Venomous is off the
like
table for me. No way.
Huh?
Venomous is off the table for me.
Yeah, it is. Dude. It really, like, I had a taste of that adrenaline, that rush, because bro, like I took in this rattlesnake, the speckled rattlesnake, amino acid, who's now with Miguel. I had her, you know, I took her in. She was in a Coca-Cola bottle, real tiny snake, and my buddy's like, I can't take it in. You know, my baby mama's gonna take me to court, and I was like, wow, that's a lot to. I was like, just I was like, that's how he presented it to me, and I was like, well, I'm not gonna just let this thing fucking die, you know. So I took it in, and it didn't eat for like a month, and then started eating. Long story short, I fucking raised this thing, and I know it. Like, you know your snake, and you know people say, how do you know a snake? Well, I know my fucking snake. Like, I know when not to touch this rattlesnake and when to touch this rattlesnake. So I kind of respect venomous handlers to a certain extent. Like, I know how you should know your animal. So. But even every time I held that rattlesnake, my heart, I can never tell you that fucking feeling in my heart. Like, it was such a respectful, because I was like, wow, this is something that nobody wants to hold. Like, everyone's like, fuck that, you know, like, use a hook. And, you know, that is actually smart. Use a hook. I'm just saying. But, you know, nobody, like, it's so like forbidden, and I'm just holding it. And when you touch the scales and see how rough it is, and it's just amazing. I'm sorry, man. A rattlesnake, I would say almost any venomous, but I've never hold any other venomous but a rattlesnake. It's just amazing, dude. But I'm about to go to Miami. I'm about to go to Florida, and I got some homies that keep king cobras and those fucking crazy snakes, and I'm about to see those things for the first time. And I am not going to get fucking anything near of touching it, handling. I'm good. Bro, I am not going out like that. I'm not going out with a king cobra bite, a fucking black mamba bite, a gaboon bite. No. And you know, it's funny is there's people out there who just don't care to go out like that. And I'm like, I'm good. Fuck that. It's just wild, bro. I'd rather not. I just rather not. I have too much fun with my ball pythons, my chondros, and, you know, Timors and stuff that doesn't kill me.
Yeah.
So that's why I got rid of it. Because I kept, you know, just like Will. I'm not good. I'm good on venomous. I don't want nothing to do with it. I'm good. I respect it. I respect it too much.
Yeah. But cobras are not that bad though, are they? They're pretty chill compared to like the vipers and the, you know, like an eyelash or a bamba or.
It's you can tell me the chillest things in the world. You can tell me that they're like a dog.
Yeah.
Still not.
Yeah, no, I get it. You're like that close away from, you know.
No, man.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cool species out there that, you know, I don't need to flirt with that kind of repercussions from a bite.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and at the end of the day, there's just certain things I felt like that aren't meant to be kept. Like, not everyone, obviously, why should anyone have a tiger? That doesn't make any sense. Why should anyone have a fucking tiger? It's fucked up. Obviously, they're killed in the wild. So, you know, certain places that help them sustain their population, that's obviously good. But private keeping wise, nobody should have a fucking tiger private keeping. I don't give a fuck. It's fucked up. Same with, I feel like, personally, I just feel like cobras and shit. No private keeper should keep anything like that. Because you're fucking a private keeper. Like, yeah, it's cool that you have trust with the animal, but you don't have the resources. You don't have the help if you get bit. Like, and it's just something bad could happen. And it's like, I don't know. I feel like the biggest damper we have in this industry is the venomous fucking issues. I mean, there's also other ones like retics and fucking things killing people and stuff, but the venomous shit's not helping, bro. People having YouTube videos of them kissing fucking rattlesnakes and shit, and that's just not helping. That's just how I feel about it. It is.
Yeah, to me, it boggles my mind. In places like Florida, it's legal to keep venomous and other species. I mean, we saw what happened with the pythons that got loose in Florida and the problem they have now, right? So imagine if it was a bunch of cobras and freaking mambas, you know, taking over Florida. It's kind of crazy to me because all it takes is one good hurricane, and one house gets demolished and had it in there, and that's it. It's done for them.
The thing about Florida is such its own little fucking thing. It's weird, bro. Like Florida's been wild, right? Like Burmeses have been invading that fucking state for how long? The Everglades for how long, right? And yeah, there's people who just don't give a fuck and they do their thing, but it's there. I don't know. I just feel like I'm not trying to make excuse for people who live in Florida, but they're just their own breed, bro. I mean, you don't want to be like a Floridian. Like, if you're not born in Florida, you're not a Floridian. Like those fools are just they're from Florida. I don't know. They're fucking nuts. You know what I mean? And I respect that out of them, but
we actually play a game at work, and basically what we do is we take crazy news headlines from the States, and they'll be like, "Man robs Walmart with samurai sword," and then they send that out, and then everybody has to guess which state it was from, and it's always Florida. Always Florida.
I love Florida.
Safe bet, Florida. Like,
but you talk to someone who lives in Florida. I fucking love Florida. I'm never leaving Florida. Like everyone I talk to who lives in Florida will never leave Florida.
Yeah.
Like they buy for it. They go, why would I ever have to leave anywhere else? I'm like, well, based off what I just read, you should fucking leave Florida. Like, like based off all the shit I see on social media, like all the fucking like, oh look, someone just got their head blown off. Florida. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But I don't know. I'll be there.
how's your season going, bro?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Thanks for asking. It's good. It's kind of like what Khalil was saying. I've my 2 years ago was my first breeding season, quote unquote, where I had 7 clutches, and everything was paired up in November, like late October, November, and and then the year following after that, it was like November, December, and then this year I just started pairing January, and that I'm just going based off like when they lay. And I actually have some virgins that I actually paired up in December. So, I mean, I'm doing okay. I have like a handful of locks. I'm just, I don't know. I'm trying to progress every year, man. I mean, I'm not trying to become a mass producer, but I do want to increase my clutch production each year. So last year was 13 2020 was 13, and I'm hoping to hit 20 this year. But
nice.
I also had fucking 4 females. I was like for sure thinking, and this is what I get too, because I was saying, oh, ball pythons are all easy and shit. But I had 4 fucking females who I could have sworn were gonna go that just didn't go for me last year. That sucked. I mean, that could have been 17, but either way, it was a good lesson learned. It humbled me, man. Last year, even though I had some sick shit, I had some shit that I was really relying on that didn't happen. So it definitely humbled me. And I'm just, whatever happens, happens, bro. Like I have fun with this, and yeah, it's fun. I like it.
Yeah, ball pythons, I mean, that's really all I work with. They're not hard to breed, but they also, all we're doing is giving them the optimal conditions to reproduce.
Right.
It's on them if they're going to do it. I can give them the adequate food, the adequate humidity, the substrate, the fresh waters, the pairings with the male, do everything by the book, and still nothing.
Now, what do you think about, people saying, well, yeah, my girl didn't go this year and I have this girl this year. And then, then they actually think, well, is it the way I'm feeding them? Or is it the way this? Is it the way that? Is that a big factor, you think? Or you really think it's just it's nature? It's just because the female's not going? Like, what do you think?
I think it's a combination of things. I firmly believe that the food intake is going to be an equivalent, like your calorie intake is going to represent your reproductive success. It's just sort of the way it goes. If you look at almost every animal in the wild, or it doesn't have to be in the wild, even in captivity, when something is pregnant or gravid, generally what happens, or when they're building to that point, their food response picks up. They want food, and I think probably in the wild with ball pythons, when food is plentiful and the females are bumping into, they're cruising around Africa and they're bumping into a new prey item every 2 days. That's probably a primal trigger for them to say, food's not an issue this year. I can put my body resources into reproduction. Now, when we keep them in captivity, we're offering them food all the time, so doesn't seem to be an issue there. But I think when they're building, I don't think you have to be shy about feeding them. I think you can feed them, man. I think they need that food to put on body condition. And if you look at a female who you start breeding at 2,000 grams, she's generally like 2,700 grams before she lays eggs. She swells up, she gets huge. And that's a correlation to feeding them. If you fed her once every 3 weeks and you're still trying to breed her, she might go, but she might be pretty rough coming out of that breeding cycle.
And that's because she's thinking, I'm only getting food once every 3 weeks. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that primal, like, you know what I mean? I gotta fucking chill. You know what I mean? Like type of thing. Like go ahead.
I think for sure. I think that's probably one of the reasons why you see reabsorptions when you see females develop follicles, and then there's a trigger there that's saying either like, okay, turn these into eggs, or whoa, let's hold on, let's not put our body through this. And I don't think it's like a conscious thought. It's just like this primal trigger that the animal just knows, like I have the resources to reproduce, or I should back off and maybe not this year. And I think it's our job as a breeder to figure out just right what that trigger is. Is it food? Is it? I think generally it's probably going to be food.
Okay. What do you think as far as like, okay, you have a female that you've been pairing, getting locks, right? And then, I've heard, everyone has that saying, or they say, okay, this female's not going to go for me this year, right? Like you have that. Now, if that's the mentality and you have that and you stop pairing, foods should still stay the same, right? Like your food schedule should never change. But when should you start pairing her again? You should never stop, right? I mean, should you never stop pairing her?
So I generally like if I go with like 4 ultrasounds in a row and I'm seeing no growth at all, it's a sign to me. And generally those females are a little underconditioned, or they're not, they're not big, strong females. It's generally females that are like right on the cusp of like being like breeding weight. And so I find that, when do you start pairing them again? Probably next year. I don't know if there's a right answer to that. You could maybe pair them 4 months from then, but it depends. It totally depends on how you breed, right? If you're doing this year-round cycle, try it in 4 months. What's the harm in it? Right. I see a lot of guys say like, oh, you can't breed, don't breed stuff young. And it's like, from my experience, I have not seen any negative consequences from breeding young snakes. I haven't seen it.
You think male snakes go by other female snakes in the wild? So hey, how old are you? Fuck, never mind. I got to keep going.
Right? Yeah, are you legal? No, like
wait, you're big. You look big, but wait, what's your ID? Let me see your ID. Like,
right? Like, no, I don't think. I think it's I think body condition is more important than age. I'm not saying breed a 1-year-old female. I'm not saying slam food at them and get them huge, breed them. But that might even work. I don't know for sure. I think body condition is much more indicative of whether they're going to breed or than age is. And then a combination of both is obviously your best. You're going to be your formula for best results, I think.
Right. Now, do you guys both not feed bigger than small, or do you guys offer medium rats to any of your females?
I feed medium, but I mean, it just depends on the size of what medium is, right? Like I feed mediums. Will won't feed mediums, for example, but his small is like the size of the mediums that I get here, but he breeds them, Right. So it really depends. But I'll never go these like, you see these like large rats that sit in the ball python. It's just like laying there for like a week. I would never get to that size. Like I don't like that at all. No. And I just don't want it to fight with it, because you see, for some reason, like I don't think they have memory, but I think they have some sort of instinct where if they've had a bad experience with feeding, they'll start having issues with that, whether it was a bite or whether it was a very defensive rat or they had issues with it. I think they kind of remember. And I saw at the beginning when I used to be like, very optimistic about breeding, and I would throw in like a big rat that week and it eats it or it had some trouble with it. And then that female goes off feed. So I find better smaller, not mediums. Well, not larges. Mediums might be a good size depending. Like 100 grams for like a large adult female is good. in my opinion.
Right.
I don't feed anything. I don't know what I say is a small is his medium. Just I'm breeding our own rats, but they're about 5 to 6 week old rats. Is about as big as I'm feeding out.
Okay. Now I brought this up to Corey Woods as well because I mean, like Will was mentioning, when a fucking female has stuff going inside of her, like there's a food spike. Like she just fucking turns it on. Like she just wants to eat. Like I mean, obviously you guys all see that, right? So if I mean, are you against tossing an extra rat if she's like, God damn, or would you toss an extra rat? What would you do? Just curious. All the time.
I have females like, and again, I'm feeding rats that are, they're smalls, what I consider smalls, and I am feeding a 3,800 gram female that's barely, they say what is it, 10 or 15% of their body weight, and if it's a 3,800 gram female, that's 380 grams at 10%, and a small rat's not 380 grams, right?
Yeah.
So you keep that in mind. That like
10 of them.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Yeah.
So I feed out. Yeah, if I open the bin and they're actively looking for more food, sure, have another one. Now, to an extent, if I've given them 2 and they're like starting to look big, even sometimes I'm just like, yeah, here, have another one if you really want it. I haven't had any issues doing it, and I've had good success. Those females that do that almost always go on to lay a clutch of eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had it done where, like, I've had the entire clutch. I've kept, like, let's say 3 or 4 females from that clutch, and there's one that I was always like, she's looking for another rat. You know, when I check up on her and she comes out again, if I have an extra, I'll give it to her. And she usually goes, like, after, like, my super entry OD fire compared to her 2 or 3 other sisters that I kept. She's the only one that produced eggs last year for me on her first year. She's gonna go again this year, and I might get her sisters to go this year just because of how I fed her compared to how I fed her sisters.
Yeah.
And how many she took.
Yeah, I think there is definitely a direct correlation there to food to reproductive success.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely true, man. I feel like with the first year female, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like the bigger they are at a younger, like the quicker they get to size, the quicker they're gonna breed. And I feel like I don't really matter on the age. Like I had one girl get to fucking 1,400 grams, and she was barely 2 years old.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, she's only 2. But I was like, I don't give a fuck. She's big. I was like, I'm gonna breed her, and she gave me a fucking banging ass clutch. Barely 2 years old. I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow. I mean, they're not all like that. Don't get me wrong, but she was like that. She got fucking big very, very quick.
I see it very frequently where you and it's funny because I'll keep back 3 females out of one clutch, and one of them gets to size at 2 years old. The other ones, and they're being offered the rats at the same time. They're sitting in the same holdback rack, and then they transfer over into the same 50-40 rack, and I offer them food all at the same time. But the one female just doesn't have a food strike. She's not as picky. She just keeps pounding food, and those females generally, I find, reproduce at, I've had them lay at like 20 to 24 months.
Wow. Yeah.
It's pretty early. It's way earlier than normally, but it's their second winter.
Right. Yeah, it's crazy. I have somebody who broke down the way they feed their ball pythons. And he told me by year 2 they're breeding every single time, and I was like, how? Like how? And and he was just like, this is how it's fucking worked for me. As I get them up to 2,000 grams by the time they're 2, and I'm like, what? How? Like, how is that even possible? And like, I'm scratching my head. I was like, was he feeding fucking jumbos? Like, I'm confused, but I don't know if it's just the bloodline he has. I don't know. I'm gonna bring him on here on the show, and he's gonna break it all down for you guys. I can't fucking wait. I'm gonna see how many people.
I'm not really that far behind that. I've what I've been doing recently, the last 6 months or so, is I come in with a bin of rats, and I also come in with a bin of ASS into my room, my breeder room. I don't feed any babies ASS.
Right.
So I come into my breeder room with a bin of rats, a bin of ASS, and I offer the whole room rats. Whatever eats rats, awesome. Whatever doesn't eat rats, I mark all the tubs, and then I go ASF into that. And I am under the I'm under the impression where the idea where that snake may want. I don't care what it wants to eat. I'm gonna give it what it wants. So if I have a snake that's like, it's off of rats, it's not interested in rats, but it's crushing mice,
it's gonna eat mice.
If it's crushing ASFs, I'm giving it ASFs. I just don't want. I know people are like, I don't have access to ASFs. Well, I don't have that issue. So that was one of our big problems was we've had to identify like what are our big issues, and ASFs was an issue, and so we solved that problem, and having access to those ASFs and saying like, look, this female, she ate rats until she was 1,300 grams, and then went on a 2-week hunger strike. ASF, they always grab it, and I don't find they get stuck on them. I think that's a myth. Like I know Justin was saying that he thinks that's a myth. I've never had that issue. I have females that'll take an ASF 1 week. I offer them a rat the next. They grab the rat. It just breaks that fasting cycle.
Yeah, I mean, I do want to say this too, because you have so many people who say like, "Oh yeah, my snake's off food right now," and like I'm not talking like a gravid female. I'm just talking about like a male or whatever the fuck. But do you think it's just because they're not offering it something they want? That's probably why they're not eating.
It could be part of it. I don't think it's necessarily always. Males sometimes will shut down during breeding season.
Right. That makes sense.
I have females that won't take anything either. That you offer them a mouse or an ASF or a rat, and they don't take either of any of them. But then the following week, you open the bin and they're ready. It's just sometimes they need a week. But generally, if somebody says like, "Hey, I have a snake hasn't eaten in 3 months," I'm like, "Have you tried?" You're only trying a frozen thawed rat. And
are you fucking trying frozen thawed like for 15 minutes and going like this and fucking?
Yeah. Are you only trying that? And generally, the answer is yeah. I've only tried rats. That's what you do in real life. It's like, yeah, well, I can eat chicken for 3 weeks and be happy, but eventually, I'm going to be like, I don't feel like chicken today.
Yeah.
I want a steak now, and that's what I think they're doing.
What are you having tonight? Chicken or chicken?
Right? Yeah. And I just think that feed them what they want. Like at the end of the day, man, some of these females that I'm raising up, dude, if they want caviar, I'm gonna feed them caviar. Like it's just, I want them to eat. I want them to grow. I want them to reproduce.
Give them what they want. God damn it. That's if they eat, we eat. That's just how it works.
Right.
Damn. Crazy. Well, this has been a most player duo 2-hour podcast I've ever had the chance of running. Definitely going to be something I'll have to redo with you guys again. This was awesome. I appreciate you guys a lot for this 2 hours of fire. I do have hot seat questions for you too, who you guys will have to answer at the same time though. That's just how it's going to work. So it's hot questions, but it's answer at the same time. It's just shoot.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
You try it.
All right. Let's see what happens. Hopefully this works. It's gonna work. Some questions might be repetitive, but I'm testing to see if you're gonna say the same answer this time or last. I got your questions that your answers to the ones last time, so I want to see if you're still on the same page as that as well. So let's see what happens. You ready? Hot seat questions for the Heart Foundation. Shoot it. Frozen thought or live?
Live.
Did you answer, Will, or was that just really on
live.
The same? Oh, that was really awesome. Okay. A cut or no cut?
A cut.
Okay. Scissors or razor blade?
Scissors.
Respect. Cocoa chips or cocoa husk?
Cocoa husk.
Husk. So that sounds the same?
And what would you say? I can't stand chip, so I gotta hear husk. Thank you.
Okay, husk. Oh, okay. How you say it? Okay, yeah, cocoa husk. My bad. Okay, cool. Yeah.
Hockey or football?
Hockey.
Football.
Nice. Finally got some off. All right. Steak or fish?
Steak.
Okay. Eminem or Machine Gun Kelly?
Eminem.
I thought you were talking about the candy. I was like, fuck yeah, man.
All right. Chocolate M&Ms or peanut M&Ms?
Peanut.
M&Ms.
Fire. West Coast rap or East Coast rap?
East Coast.
None.
Wow. Can I please?
What?
West Coast or East Coast? You can't say none.
East Coast.
God, you're worse than Corey Woods, man. Corey Woods is like, I can't pick one. I'm like, what? Just pick one. He's like, well, I don't. I was like, that was so awkward. All right, little word association. Or actually, hold on. Before we get there, I got a couple more. Okay, ready? Lace or clown?
Lace or clown?
Or clown.
Okay. GHI or yellow belly?
GHI.
Oh, wow, that was epic. Stranger or acid?
Stranger.
Your assets. Yeah.
What? Answer.
Yeah, stranger.
Okay. Word association. First thing to come to mind, milk.
Cookies.
Oreos.
You're getting help from Will. You got to be quicker than that, Khalil. Okay, you're getting.
All right, let's go.
Ready? Coco.
Husk.
Stuck shed.
So
Not me.
yeah. Dang it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I got a few
All
stuck sheds, and I was so pissed. Now I go in there and like throwing their water bowls and trying to bring up the humidity. Bought you humidifiers. Like, I fucking hate stuck shed.
Instagram trolls.
Fuck them.
Yeah. I was thinking, who would I tell you does it? But yeah, fuck them.
Okay, I think Khalil's too high for these hot seat questions.
No, I'm not. It's just like,
Well, that's what the no given. It's fucking Facebook or Instagram. You guys are both going to say Instagram. Fuck Facebook. We already know that one. I'm gonna have to change that.
Facebook.
Word. That's
Facebook or Instagram. Yeah, Instagram. You know, I find Facebook really, you can do a more professional platform. I mean, Instagram is nice, but Facebook does have some edge to it, you know?
The thing is, there's a lot of good information on Facebook. Like, you could find some sick ass information. You could actually find the people who don't really put themselves out there, who are low key out there. So like the low key, who are like still good people, they just don't put this out there. A lot of them are on Facebook. So that's why like you're kind of stuck. You almost need Facebook still. And you know, I use Facebook.
One of my problems with Instagram that I find is I have so many notifications that come through and so many like message requests and everything that stuff gets lost and there's no way to organize it. It's just an empty message box. And so at least on Facebook, it's a name. It's like, you know, Khalil Itani message you and I'm like, okay, Khalil, and I remember the name. But then when it's, you know, ball pythons 3648 and I'm like, okay, who, like, ball pythons 37, I'm looking for this person, and then they've changed their name to ball pythons 4836 and I'm like,
yeah,
yeah, I had one guy I just blanked basically, and basically he bought a snake for like, it was, I don't know, $600 or $700, and I gave him my email. He PayPal'd me the money, and I was looking for after, and I waited like a week. Normally I write it all down and I have all that information, but I was doing something and I forgot. And bro, I sat on the snake for like 12 months.
Oh my God.
I find his name, but I wasn't selling it. I was like, maybe he's gonna hit me up one day and be like, hey man, can you have my snake still? And I was like waiting for it. And one day he messaged me. He's like, hey man,
whenever you're ready.
When do you want to ship? I was like, bro, he's like 900 grams now. He's like, oh no. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a couple more $100, fucker.
No, whatever. Rats are not that expensive, just time. Yeah, I don't.
Sick of you.
But you can grow your name faster on Facebook than on Instagram, right?
I think so.
So you just make your page and then you can go into all these groups and then share what you made, right? Like, it's not a for sale. Like, it's not like go follow my page and like spamming shit, but just every time you want to post a snake, post it by resharing your page on whatever groups. And some of these groups have like, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,000 people in them. And you can share your name. You can put it out there way more than just being on Instagram. And then you got to go and try to reach more people just through whether it's hashtags or, stuff like that.
I actually like Facebook with the groups and stuff where you're like, don't get me wrong, there's definitely trolls on there. But if you just don't pay them any attention, who cares, right? It's just,
yeah.
There's going to be trolls anywhere. But I find Facebook has that, like, you have like multiple breeders and guys working the same project collaborating ideas to an extent. Like you have like an actual, I don't know. I find Instagram's one of those things where I'm very much just like, there's so much just out there. Where Facebook, I'm in a select few groups, and when I see a post in that group, I check in. What was it? Who made it? Like the clown ball python group. Generally, I'm interested in what people are making in clown, so I follow that group, and I get to see some cool clowns.
There it is.
It gives me ideas, and yeah.
So what you're saying is you'd get rid of Instagram?
I wouldn't get rid of either. I think they go hand in hand.
All right. Well, Khalil, I hope you have a great night. Okay. I hope you sleep really well. And
I'm good. I'm legit good. I'm not even high.
I had a good episode. This was great. All right. I need. What do you guys both have to say to everyone who's fucking with you guys? We had 130 people throughout this whole fucking 2 hours. So, what do you got to say to all the people supporting you guys? Go first, Khalil.
I mean, thank you for everybody that's always supporting me, always messaging me. I have a lot of people that hit me up in the DMs and just always have supportive things to say and good things to say. And I hope that could always, be helpful to you guys, and you can have questions and put out nice stuff, nice content, and bring positivity to the stuff, not be like a negative person in the hobby or try. I hope that I can bring more people in and build this for me and for everybody else as well.
Yep.
Thank you.
Big Willie style.
Yeah, I just it's humbled that this many people care about what I'm doing. It just blows my mind. So I just want to thank everybody for, kind words. I appreciate everybody, even the trolls. Whatever. I like everybody. I don't have anything bad to say about anybody. One person I would talk shit about publicly. Other than that, not a single.
Who?
Eric Kreider can go fuck himself.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I don't even know you. I don't like it. Whatever.
Straight up. Yeah.
We're gonna go see him at a show.
Yeah, dude. No. Anyway, I'm not gonna get into what happened, but he knows what happened.
Round three, we'll get there. Either way, you guys are awesome, man. Thank you, man. I fuck with you guys heavy. You know that. I appreciate the inspiration, and you guys literally. I will say before you guys go, okay, I talk about how much this hobby has made me grow up a bit and made me mature. And I want to say a couple years ago, you two both actually advised me. You guys gave me tips on how I could let shit go. I remember Khalil, you've asked me, hey man, don't put energy into that. And then you did the same thing one time, Will, a couple years ago. I want to say at least a couple years ago. And when you guys gave me that information, having it come from you guys, it really stuck in my head. And I really kept that with me. And it's still with me to this day. So I forgot to bring that up in the podcast, but I'm glad I remember to bring it up right now because just so you guys know, you guys did that for me, and I respect the shit out of you guys. So thank you.
And everybody else that deals with trolls and everything, the way I look at the whole troll thing is that if you don't have them, people aren't noticing what you're doing.
Yep, 100%.
If you got them, people are paying attention.
100%. Heart Foundation, ladies and gentlemen. Fuck yeah. Canada
Thanks, guys.
I'll talk to you guys later. Okay, have a good night. Thank you.
Thanks, buddy.
Bye, guys.
Fuck yeah. 514 RCR on this beautiful Thursday. Valentine's special Trap Talk with MJ, man. I knew this was going to be a good episode, man. Got fucking two of my boys just chopping it up. I love talking to these guys, man. It's even awesome when I have them all together. I'm saying we feed into each other as far as, information and stuff. And yeah, thank you to everyone who tuned in, who showed up for my boys tonight. I appreciate it, man. Anything over 100 views. I mean, any views to me, period. I'm like, fuck yeah. But come on, over 100? Really? Respect. I mean, respect. So shout out to everyone who tuned in, everyone who was fucking showing love to my guests in the live chats. Thank you so much. If you really fucked with these guests, do me a favor. Drop a comment. Let me know what you like the best about this episode. Hit a like button for them. This is for the guests, guys, all right? So make sure you show them some love. Make sure you give them a follow. Royal Canadian Reptiles, 514 Reptiles. Their link to the Instagram will be in the description below, and the link to both their YouTube channels. So make sure you show my homie support. And saying, man, those are the kind of people you want to look up to in this industry, because they got a long run. I'm your boy MJ. Thanks for tapping in. Make sure you hit subscribe button every Thursday night, 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. You will tap into the coolest reptile podcast in the world. All right. Have a good night. Be safe.